Hello everyone, 172. That's the number of redesigns and fan designs for the prototype in Poppy Playtime that I've seen in only a matter of weeks. This video is a mega compilation marathon of the first 15 episodes of my prototype redesigns and fan designs series. You can watch each episode individually through the link in the description and join the Kirbyster Plays Community tab for a chance to be included. I've been told that my voice and videos make good background noise, and I'm hoping this video proves that. Thank you also to the amazing Kirbyster Plays channel members. Subscribe if you would like to. I'm Kirbyster Plays, how you doing, and I hope you enjoy the video. We're starting off with Vincent's design. I like this one. You know, there's a certain minority of designs that have some kind of saw on the prototype. I don't know why, it's so silly, I love it. We've got the skull head here. I like how sort of, I guess abstract is the right word, how abstract the body shape is. I like how, I'd like to know what this is, but you know, like, oh, the voice changer. I just saw that now because, you know, massive distinctive feature of the prototype is the ability to change the voice. Seemingly it's out of their control. So to know that there was a voice changer, that would kind of change everything. And I guess when the prototype was luring us in, pretending to be Ollie in chapter 3, that was of their own accord. So it would make sense if they had some kind of voice changing device on them. I also really like this one because of the multiple heads. Like, you know, there's catnap representation, so they could have expelled poppy gas. There's the mummy long legs arm. I love that, by the way. And they've got the huggy head on there as well. The boxy arm. There's boxy representation, so it's already on my good side. Yeah, I really like this design. I made this just before chapter 5 came out, and I'm really proud of it. Well, you should be, Noah. I love this one. I like the head. Now this one taps into an idea regarding the prototype that I don't think many people do, and I look at this and I think, tragedy. I think this is a tragic character that's been through a lot. When it comes down to it, the prototype is the story of like this kid that's been transformed and turned unrecognizable into this giant robot monster. And, you know, when I look especially at the mask of this one, I really get that, and the fact that it's just like surrounded by, like, there's a skull there. It has the distinctive arms on it, and the legs are drawn very, very well. I love this. I love like the distinctive take that this has on it, and I like how it looks tragic. You know, if this was what the prototype looked like, they might have been able to stir up some kind of sympathy for the character, and I think that's very important for Mob to do. Maybe in chapter 6. Very good design, very distinctive. I redesigned the prototype. Hope you like it. Well, Zane, you've made some kind of base. I can imagine this. This looks like the Mistron complex from Captain Scarlet. I love this. Again, it's very distinctive. It's very broad. I love how, I'm just going to notice it now before I forget, the mummy long legs arm is being used to kind of like constrict the smiling critters toy, and there are like little huggies everywhere, and like the main head's in the middle, and like this really distinctive face and body. Like, I'm guessing there's Pugapilla, and it would arch forward and have the corpse coming out of it, much like the catnap shrine in chapter 3. I can imagine this being real, you know? Like, if I was able to see this before the official prototype design came out, I would say that it's mismatched enough and like a big enough combination of different toys to have a chance of being real. And although now that isn't the case, this is really imaginative. I love the boxy. I love how like there's just an entire arm dedicated to boxy, and like the arm coming out of that arm. Oh, it's so good. It's a really good idea. My prototype from 2025 with the Jester hat, a voice box, catnap, very, very good. The Jester skirt and clothing, broken hand and legs. So this is a one-armed prototype design. And yeah, there are quite a few of those. And it has a laser? Is that what it says? Some kind of laser gun? That's so cool. And it's got a saw on it. My prototype design. I love this one. It has a monitor on it. And it's actually like the Doctor is a part of this one. That's very cool. I love this one. I love the eyes. I love the hat. And like, it looks scary. It looks terrifying. Like, it's exactly what the prototype should be. Oliver Ludwig, my prototype redesign. Also, are you able to do a video going over some prototype redesigns in here or anywhere, possibly including mine? Well, Janix, you're in it. You're in the video that I'm making right now. This is really distinctive. This has been modeled in something, so that's like several levels of like skill and creativity. I'm going to zoom in here to try and figure out what's going on with the head. Oh, it's a clown mask kind of thing. I like all of the joints, and I assume they're Bron feet. They look like the from Bron the dinosaur. I like how you managed to get the iconic arm in there, as we knew, and I really want to know what this is. I want to know what that device is. For some reason, the skull in this one looks really familiar. Lavinia. Another design with a monitor on it. Very, very cool. This one is dark, it's imposing. I love how the Poppy is like, has the light focusing on it, and it like lights up everything kind of red. I don't know, I like this one. It's very, very good. This was what I thought the prototype was going to look like before the game release. Fleshy neck with spines, heart. Sorry, I couldn't draw the legs, there was no space. I understand. Listen, not a lot of people have drawn the legs because it's very, very difficult to do. This is very cool. You know, it has the Jester aesthetic nailed down. I like the way the sleeves look. I like the mask. It has an exposed heart. That's really cool. You know, the prototype official design, it looks less organic than I think a lot of people were expecting. I think like having a heart, showing that the prototype was once human. I think that if they used that, that would have been very important. So I'm really glad that that concept has come to life in at least one design. Very, very cool. My prototype redesign. This look focuses more on toy and jester looks than the scare factor, because not everything has to be scary to be a villain. That's very philosophical. There's a lot to think about there. Not everything has to be scary to be a villain. You're right, because think about it. This is a toy factory. You know, they wouldn't make toys to look scary. And that was like one of my big bits of feedback on the official prototype design, was that, especially when I looked at the mask and saw all those teeth, I was like, it looks a bit deliberately scary, like it's trying too hard. So something like this, in a way, I prefer. I love this because it's very uncanny valley. And that's the first time I've said that referring to any prototype fan design. So what an achievement. I like this one because it's scary and unnerving, but it just looks like a toy. It very effectively like uses subtlety, and I'm looking like almost exclusively at the eyes and the head kind of area now, and like the main body and the clothing. It fits the aesthetic, it fits the decade, and it looks scary. And again, like, you can tell that this design is still somewhat mismatched because the legs look out of place. Playtime Co. wouldn't make a toy that looks like a jester that has these giant robotic legs. So it still had time to like build itself. This prototype is constantly changing and building. There's a lot to look at with that one. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that one. Whoa! Oh my god, this is my redesign of the prototype. Details, long neck, toy parts, legs we know, multiple grab packs, hand on back. Oh my god, this is fantastic. Brad, Jesus Christ, I want to see you draw everything. I want to see your take on Yarnaby, I want to see your take on Mummy Longlegs, Huggy, literally everyone. This is brilliant. This is so bloody and scary and tragic and terrifying, and wow. The grab packs are like mangled in there. There are toys that are just like stuffed around. The head looks horrifying. It's got a background in this one, which is really good. The legs are like all tattered and like the wires and blood and everything. Wow, that's good. That's a fantastic redesign. I mean, if you're going to make the prototype physically large, if you're going to make it an amalgamation of all of these characters and toys, go all out. Do something exactly like this. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Hi Kirbyster, hello. Here's a prototype designer draw. Hope like to you and Tour community, thank you. Let me see if I can make out what's happening in this one. I just have to rotate it quickly. Very, very cool. It's like a strange kind of new take on it. There's so much happening. And I mean, like, that's good, right? Because the prototype is like this mess. It's like this mixed-matched amalgamation of toys and different characters. So it should be messy. Like, it should be hard to discern. You also still have a monitor on there, so that's very cool. I like this one. You know, I think it's a new take, and it shows like the scrambled and mixed-matched nature of the prototype. I have the feeling from this the prototype is incomplete and evil. And that's very hard to do. So yeah, very well drawn. Here's my redesign of the prototype. What do you think? I mean, I love it. Can you imagine seeing this? That would be terrifying. What I like about this one is that it puts more of an importance on Mummy Longlegs. Like, you can see they protrude outwards and they're like their own thing. Multiple heads, which is fantastic. I believe that's Boxy's box in there. Oh yeah, no, there he is. He's down there as well. He's got the leg over there. Yeah, multiple heads, a lot of arms, lots of legs. Yeah, I'd be very interested in seeing how this design specifically would translate in game. Like, if it was modelled into Chapter 6, God, that would be so scary. I drew a fan-made prototype redesign. Do you like it? Yes. Vincent, yes. Oh my God, look at that. I love the mouth and like all of the little eyes in it. That's a lot like the kangaroo woman, the Queen Bouncelia from Ban Ban 4. Wow, that's a throwback. I haven't thought of them for a while. They have like that pouch with the naughty ones in it. It's all coming back to me now. It has like, I assume these are the catnap arms and legs, or I guess catnap appendages. It makes good use of the other characters, like the Huggy arm and the Mummy Longlegs arm. The mask looks fractured and twisted, and it has like, oh my God, the hand, the prototype hand is like made out of the arm of another toy. What a good idea. And it has like the kissy arm there as well, and still the iconic arm that we've come to know and love. It has a Poppy on it, and I believe, is the Poppy showing on a monitor, or is the Poppy in front of the monitor? Or both, honestly. It's cool either way. I like this one as well because it has the doughy hat on the top. I almost missed that. And it has like this broken, twisted jester hat. I mean, kudos all round. My 10-year-old son loves drawing the prototype and its other variations. Hope you like the artwork. My son Elijah is a big fan of your channel. Well, thank you. When I was 10, I used to love drawing, and I used to watch videos exactly like the ones that I now make. So it's great to have kind of like a full circle moment in that regard. This design is incredibly impressive. Like, it's damning, it's scary, you know, it shows off like the raw fear factor that the prototype can have. Let's see what we have here. Jester hat, it's ripped, good. Shows the passage of time, shows damage. Player character, I can see you've given the player almost like their own design as well, which is very cool. That's something that I would also be interested in seeing from pretty much everyone. What do you think the player character looks like? Because that's a question that we just don't know the answer to. Mummy Longlegs' head, Catnap's head. I like that. So you're still keeping note of like the established canon. Like, we knew that Mummy Longlegs was going to be on the design somewhere. And I like that this prototype design has multiple heads. So many people thought that the official prototype design would have multiple heads. And I'm really glad that that idea, that concept is coming to life in more designs than one. So yeah, we're starting off strong in this video. Very, very good design. My prototype. Half of skull, half of robot. Find the flower, the hands, meat legs, and robot legs. I like this one because, yeah, I know, surprisingly, I like this one. It's so silly. I like this one because it perfectly fuses organic and robotic. And that's a big thing with the prototype, is that it used to be a human, and it is now a weird robot android toy. So having a head, and I'm going to zoom in on the head here, this idea of having half skull, half robot, that is fantastic, and it's a broad idea that appeals to so many people. People wanted a skull head, people wanted a robot head, so having both, can you imagine how that would look? That would be amazing, and it would like introduce like the depth and depravity of the experiments that they did on the child who would grow up to become the prototype, that they would fuse their own skull with a robot or with a toy. That's horrifying. I like the idea of like the legs being, for want of a better word, fleshy or organic or like muscle tissue. Very, very strong. Very good. Is it fire? Yes, Korat. Yes, it is. What a design. I love this one. I obviously have to start with the Boxy representation. That's what I do more and more. I'm a big fan of Boxy Boo. Not many people are in this franchise, but if there's Boxy Boo representation, I'm going to make note of it, and fast. I like how it's almost like, not like a backpack, but like just the box is mounted to the back of this design, and it's like there's an arm flailing out of it, and also Huggy's arm like attached to the top as well. So like multiple characters and everything. Catnap expelling poppy gas. Very, very nice. I like the head. Now, a lot of people have said that the prototype's head looks a lot like Moon from FNAF Security Breach. They're correct about that. This mask looks more like that and more like Eclipse from the Ruin DLC in that game. And I love both of them. I'm a big fan of both of those designs, so yeah, good going, man. I actually have 3 different designs of my prototype. Well, we might as well look through them. Why not? This is, I think, the only prototype fan design in history to have a gas mask as a head. Now, the gas mask, it appeared in the first Chapter 3 trailer, months and months of advance of, like, even the gameplay trailer for that particular title. So the gas mask was an item or a concept that was built up for so long, and I don't think the game did it justice. I think if we kept the gas mask in chapter 4 and 5, maybe then it would have led up to something, but I really like this. You know, it's another full circle moment, the gas mask being present on the prototype, because let's imagine that the official prototype design was more organic or still more human than a lot of people had been theorising. Ollie themselves, the child who grew up to become the prototype, could have been susceptible to the poppy gas, so making the prototype wear a gas mask, it's fantastic, and it opens up an avenue to how the prototype could have eventually been beaten. You just take the gas mask off them and allow them to become a victim of their own poppy gas. Very interesting. Oh, this one's cool because it has a split head. I mean, how can you not look at this design and not immediately be drawn to that? It's a very interesting idea, you know, having a head split in two, I like that. And I love, like, the mashed up combination legs. That's just a very good idea. Monitor head on bronze body. It's a bron monitor, a bronitor. Hashtag bronitor. What a great design. You know, it's so weird, it's wacky, but that's what the prototype is. You go all out with something like this. A redesign for the actual prototype. Jesus, this is horrifying. Can you imagine seeing this in like a dark alleyway or something? I like this because the prototype, although like we now know what the design looks like in face value, in bright environments and stuff like that, keeping part of the design shrouded in a way such as this, by utilising the poppy gas to increase that fear factor, it really works. What a great idea. This is how I thought the prototype well looked like, fan-made, but still great design, Mob. I agree. You know, Mob Entertainment had great standards going into Chapter 5. So many people had so many different ideas about the prototype, which at the time had been built up over 5 years, and it was impossible for Mob Entertainment to please everyone. So that's one thing that I want to make completely clear, is that the official prototype design is great, it's a brilliant effort, and it's a distinctive design, it's just cool, it's just great. I like this one because it looks more unfinished. The prototype is just that, it's an experiment. It's the first attempt to turn a human into a toy. This design gets through that concept of unfinished perfectly, and it only has one arm, and I like prototype designs that only have one arm. Best one so far, buddy. This one is so weird because I can imagine how it moves. You know how like the body is so thin and like the top is so broad, so it would like flail around like a discarded, I guess, Jack-in-the-Box. What a great idea. Smoke reactor. Do you mean like it lights up when poppy gas is around it? I mean, whether or not that's what you intend, I think that's just a really cool concept for the prototype. This one has a saw blade as well. Oh, so cool. The prototype. This is so cool. You know, there is one design concept, one minority in the prototype fan design community, and that is when they just look like such a jumble of parts, it's hard to tell one side from the other. And I like this. A part of me wishes that the prototype was just an incoherent mesh of pieces on feet. And this is kind of what I had in mind in that regard. And it says 1006 on it. I've seen this in the past with a few other fan designs. It's grown to have such an importance, just 1006. So having it explicitly written, what a great idea. All out robotic on this one. I like it. I like how it has one eye and like just the little echoes of colour, and yet it's so predominantly robotic. This prototype design, I assume then, positions the prototype as an experiment that was very early on, before the Hour of Joy happened, and before Playtime Co. got eviscerated, pretty much. And yeah, that works. This is my redesign of the prototype I already made. I already posted it already, but I want to post it again, and I hope it gets into your video. That is going to be my dream. Well, guess what, Declan? You're in it. You're in the video. You're in the video I'm making right now. I like this one. Again, it has 1006 written on it. Very nice. Not a requirement, but, you know, I like that people who use 1006, they have the title in mind, and a lot of people also think that importance has been lost. It was called Experiment 1006 almost exclusively for a while, so I don't know, it's just nice having it appear on the design, right? I like the mix of arms, like it's jumbled, like they're all mixed up, and it still has Mummy Longlegs on there as well, so at a time this would have been in line with canon. It's just a good idea. Prototype prediction I made the day before Chapter 5. I'm going to take your word for it because there's no reason for me not to. This is so mental. Like, obviously, like the multiple heads, the poppy masks. Are they poppy masks or are they skulls? I assume they must be poppy masks. Having, like, Poppy appear more on the prototype design is something that I was kind of secretly hoping for, because chronologically the prototype and Poppy were made very close together, so having some kind of symbiotic relationship almost by having parts of Poppy appear in the final design could have been a good idea. Could have been. I like this one as well because the Poppy masks like lead towards an exposed heart, or a heart that's behind like some kind of minimal protection. I think that is really, really cool. I hope this will appear on future video. My graduation is coming. If this redesigning of the prototype appear on a video, it will be the best graduation gift ever. Well, guess what, Mark? You're first. You are first in this video. I love this design. I was drawn to this design straight away. And also, I love when designs have a little bit of annotation, because like it shows that thought that was put into the combination of factors that put together the design, so thank you for that. Firstly, the design looks tattered and broken and bloody, and I love that. There's a Boxy Boo representation. In fact, the entire box is a Jack-in-the-Box box, so that makes sense. You know, the gesture aesthetic, it's being seen through. I remember one of my, I guess you could say, complaints about the prototype official design was that it kind of went half in on the gesture aesthetic and was kind of retreading ground that we'd seen with Boxy Boo. So to see Boxy Boo's exact music box return on the official prototype design, that would be great, and it would be the closest thing that we had to Boxy Boo representation in the mainline game so far, so well done. Mummy Longlegs is there. Again, I expected more from Mummy Longlegs in the official design because of the end of Chapter 2. You know, their entire upper half gets kidnapped by the prototype and we only see an arm in the end. Happy Hopscotch at the bottom. So yeah, smiling critters littering the bottom of the box. I love that. There's a combination of factors, multiple heads. I think Bunzo Bunny is there as well. I love this one. It's the best design of the video so far. And considering this is the only one we've looked at, that's quite the achievement. Thank you for this. And happy graduation. Hope to see him in your next vid. You made one? That's a turn up for the books. That's new. I haven't seen something like that before, unless you count the Lego prototype designs, but they're usually by like clickbait YouTube channels and aren't that great. This is fantastic. I thought this was Lego, but it looks like it's some kind of felt fabric. I wish I had this level of ability in this exact field, because I would make everything out of these materials. I love this one because it has the beak head. The beak head kind of exemplified a subgenre of prototype fan redesigners, because the beak head kind of came and went. Some people were like certain, yes, the prototype will have that. Some people didn't, and some people kind of knew towards the end in the lead up to the official design reveal that they wouldn't have a beak head and decided to just roll with it anyway. I love this, and the fact it's actually real. That's insane. I hope that you display this somewhere in your room and keep it forever, because that's really impressive. Oh, we have a proverb with this one. I like a nice proverb. Thank you, Gabe. A rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his own delusion. Before destruction the heart of man is haughty, but humility goes before glory. He who responds with a word before he hears, it is folly and shame to him. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think. This design is awesome. Like, I can kind of see where the proverb links with this, but if you're still around, I'd like you to comment and clarify for me in particular. I do like this one, also just because of, like, mainly the body. Just the organic rib cage and the bone parts on the arms and, like, the sleeves and everything like that. I also love how this just straight up uses both of Mummy Longlegs' arms. Like, they're clearly attached behind the rib cage somewhere. I just like that. And also, you drew the legs. You know, more and more prototype fan designs are drawing the legs, but it is so difficult, so well done for that. Prototype redesign. By the way, I'm 10, so I'm not a professional. That doesn't matter. You know, the term professional artist or professional drawer gets thrown around a lot. There is no barrier to entry. Anyone can draw. You know, we are going to see like a massive spectrum of ability in this video, so there's a big variety. You don't have to worry about being a professional. Also, the Overlord entity is a really cool username. I like this one obviously because of the face. Not only is like the poppy gas used to like shroud the rest of the design, which is really cool, but on the jester hat in particular, I swear to God I can see eyes in like the torn open part of the jester hat, which is terrifying It's like, it gives the idea that the prototype is part of something bigger than themselves. And that's something which is very difficult to portray through just one drawing. So I think massive congratulations on that. And I can also see some obvious Mummy Longlegs representation. But just the fact that this looks so ominous, and the fact that there are multiple entities, multiple voices, multiple faces in this design without it jumping out at you and being in your face, I think that's incredibly impressive. Well done. Well done. That's really, really good. This is my prototype design from the oldest face, and hope you like it. Well, I do. Onaro mixed up. We're getting some really good usernames in this video. I just noticed that. This is huge, right? Like, this gives the impression that the prototype is massive. And you know, we've been introduced now to so many cave and chasm areas in the lower levels of Playtime Co. that I wouldn't have been surprised if the prototype just was this big. I love this one. I'm looking at all of the arms and how like robotic it is, and also like that face is just so scary. Like, I can't even like sugarcoat that. The face is just so scary. So really well done. Made a redesign of the prototype. I hope you like it. It took me 2 hours. Well, the Yoshi Egg Studio, I love it. Honestly, because like, think of all of the unique concepts that appear in this design. Firstly, and I am going to start with like the big catnap head. I don't know why, but when some people said I wish the prototype had multiple heads from different toys, I kind of like the idea of like one of the toys' heads being as big as the prototypes. I don't know why, but it just gives off the impression that the prototype is a real jumble. So basically, exactly what this design is saying. I would have loved that, and like, so long as there's catnap, there's the potential for the prototype to expel poppy gas. And that was something which I kind of wish we'd seen more of in the official prototype, and we may do in Chapter 6, but just using poppy gas as a weapon. I think that would be really effective, and that's something that this design in particular could do quite well. I like the unique kind of facial structure, and the teeth on it in particular are really scary. But the main thing is obviously like this heart contraption on the body. I love that. That's so scary. It's an obvious weak point in gameplay. It's an obvious way to take the prototype down. I don't know, I just really like it. My redesign of the prototype, wow! The skill! This is amazing, honestly. Like, I love, firstly, like, how covered the head is by, like, the jester hat and everything like that, and yet there is still this twisted, demented, disgusting prototype mask behind it, which is so horrific and scary. I love it to death. This long neck, the prototype at the bottom, and it has a saw. I love it. I love it when prototype van designs are just like, you know what, let's just put a saw there. Hell yeah. I love the boxy representation. Again, the box is kind of like in the same position as the first design we looked at. And that makes sense, you know? Gesture aesthetic, wind-up music box, just kind of goes together like a two-piece jigsaw. And the body is majority robotic. And I'm honestly okay with that. I love how like one of Mummy Longlegs' arms wraps around the leg right there. And I can see there's like what I assume to be an inspiration source image at the bottom. I like that. And honestly, maybe the prototype makes more sense as a scorpion rather than a spider. You know, maybe it does. And I can kind of see what you mean. You know, with like their giant arms and stuff like that. I like it. And that's the reason why I chose this design, is because there's so much to think about. My redesign for the prototype, Captain Rex. This looks great, doesn't it? I love when some people put like a character size comparison, so you can see this is legitimately huge. Probably around 19-20 feet, the same as like the regular prototype official design, which is great. A skull head, obviously, and a jester hat. Is that some kind of monitor or some kind of toy creation device type thing on the bottom there? Either way, it's a really cool design, and it fits the design, just the colors, the look, the size, everything. It just kind of fits. I like this poppy gas expulsion chamber thing, or at least that's what I'm assuming it is. It could just be another leg. Boxy at the back, look at that, look at him. My prototype redesign. For this one, the prototype not only takes parts from toys but modifies them. That's a really cool idea, because you know, the prototype has had forever to modify itself, to take together all of the parts at once and change them however it needs, and we kind of got that in the official design. But I like this one because the legs are different colours. Isn't that amazing? That's especially in line with what we got in the early Poppy Playtime titles. Bright colours and like a toy aesthetic, which is kind of lost in the final prototype design. So I'm really glad that you decided to make that choice, and I just love the amount of colour in this one. It's just a really good idea. My newest and my favourite prototype redesign I've made. This is highly based off the machine from the movie 9. Love that movie. It's so underrated. I love the movie 9. And kind of that pit scene from Toy Story 3 or 4, I guess. I know which scene you mean. I love the Toy Story movies. I named this design The Collector. That's something I hadn't even thought about. You know, if you're making your own prototype fan design, give it its own name. Make it an OC. I love this design just because it's so wildly different to the one we ended up getting. It shows the full broad range of like just creativity and imagination. I love the amount of arms on it. I love like the centerpiece and how everything is built around it. It's good, it's great, and like it fits, it works with the games. This is just a really good drawing. Spino, oh, there's a Spinosaurus, so it's probably Spino. I just really like this design. I love like the fractured, broken, huggy head and all of like the lines and stuff. This is exactly the kind of thing that I would like draw in the corner of a page in school, so big well done. Please use this in a video. Okay, Skyline, thank you for asking so politely. I like this design because it's very abstract. I obviously love the use of Boxy as a leg. You know, this design, it's so strange, but what I love is that it combines the toys, primary and secondary antagonists, in a way that I sort of came to expect. I was quite surprised that the prototype wasn't assembled in a way that was similar to this. I know that sounds bizarre, but I think especially look at this section. The arm is coming out of Huggy's head. That's good. That's utilising a previous enemy, which we know was, at least for a time, under the prototype's control between Chapter 1 and 5. There was no reason why they couldn't have used other villains in such a way as this. Now obviously the Boxy leg looks quite quirky, but I do think like the concept of using other villains as appendages is there. And I also really love, I've got to point it out, the grab pack on the back and the Pugapilla leg as well. Very good. I'm trying to make my prototype show up in the videos. I hope he sees this now. I don't think he will. I'm just kidding. I'm looking at it now. This is awesome because like there's a decaying rust aesthetic that just oozes from this image. Like the amount of brown and golden brown, you know, it's like it's a rustic old style which I think is often overlooked in prototype fan designs. So I do like this. Like it has a good sense of scale as well, because we can compare, even though like there are no other characters in this picture, we can compare the size to just Mummy Longlegs and Catnap, for example. So this thing must be huge, far bigger than the canon prototype official design. I like it, you know, I just like how messy and rustic it is. I think that this highlights things in particular that a lot of other prototype fan designs look over. I worked hard on this, I hope you like it, I hope you put it in a video. Well, Jennifer, it's going to be in this video. This one is cool because around the body, I choose to believe that like this eye is surrounded by some kind of stitching, and that this prototype is generally more fabric. Just the idea of having like another eye across the body of the prototype with just this broken fabric and just these scars and these scratches around it. When I saw that idea, and I like literally laid eyes on this design at first, I thought, wow, what a great idea. The Boxy hand is really cool actually, making Boxy's hand one of the prototypes by like adapting it, attaching it to the spring, and making like the fingers the prototype arm. That's a really good idea. Yeah, mixing more of the Jester aesthetic with this one by introducing Boxy. Very, very good. Prototype design I made around February or March of 2025. The second image is all the toy parts labelled. Okay, so I will look at how they're labelled, but I want to see how much I can guess first. I can see Doughy's hat on the top. There are arm, hand things. Okay, I give up. What are they? Okay, so it is the Doughy hat. We also have Yarnaby on the side. Okay, they are huggy heads, mini huggy heads. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Catnap leg. Okay, so yeah, a lot of mini huggies involved. You know, I'm on board with that. I think that makes sense. Great design, Evan. Yet another of my prototype redesign. Unlike my last one, this focuses more on robotic and scary looks. I tried to make the head look like a prototype Poppy head, and it's a plush head because I think Poppy was meant to be a soft doll. This design is almost based off of Coraline. I see that. I get that inspiration. This is very interesting, you know, because one thing which I cannot believe we haven't gotten yet is a villain with button eyes. Now, I know in Chapter 5 they introduced the outer moles. They are fabric villains, and in some cases they do have button eyes. But to see the prototype have button eyes in the same chapter as the outermoles were introduced, I think that that would have given a lot more importance to the outermoles and also add some kind of additional importance with the prototype official design. So I just wanted to include this one because of mainly the face and also the use of fabric in the prototype. Extra importance could have stemmed from that if the official design decided to use that. I also just really like how this is drawn, and the rest of the design looks great as well, so thank you, Prismatic Animator. Hello, this is my prototype design. I hope it gets in a video soon. It is. It's going to be in this video. I like this one. I really like the art style as well. I know that like if I was ever to make a prototype design on Paint or another kind of Windows program, it would end up looking quite similar to this. I like the use of the yellow star from Boxy's box on the chest as well. I like the use of the grab pack. They're grab pack hands actually. I'd been staring at this for a while and I hadn't even made out that that was the grab pack, so that's a really good idea as well. Each one of the legs corresponds to a different villain. That is very cool. I hope my design will be featured next time. You're in luck. It is. Here it is. This one is just a really good picture of something that is very similar to the official prototype design. Just the metal endoskeleton there is a little different. And that's good, you know, this is a fan redesign. I liked this one when I looked at it because of the catnap representation as well. Just straight up having Catnap's head and parts of their fur around the huggy and kissy arms. That's just a really chilling, very ominous idea. Ominous is a word that I like to use when it comes to prototype fan designs, and it isn't required for a design to look ominous, but just something like that. You have to wonder what was going through the prototype's own mind when they were choosing to build themselves that way. I don't know, it's interesting. Rate my prototype out of 10. I mean, it has to be 10 just because you made it. I respect anyone that makes their design come to life. That can be in a drawing, it can be in fabric like we've seen in a previous video, and Lego. I just really like the imagination. This one also looks jumbled, but you can see like there are huggy and catnap pieces. The head is robotic with red eyes. It's just so cool, I love it. My prototype design I made after the last trailer for Chapter 5. Bunzo head on Boxy's neck. That is so cool. Using parts of one toy and just fusing them with another. That's such a good idea. Mummy's arm and grab pack cannon with green hand. That's good, so there's a grab pack on this one. Catnap scarf and TV with heartbeat that displays the voice he's mimicking. Oh my god, that's such a good idea. Prototype arm and huggy arm, very, very cool, and wiring. Okay, so having some kind of voice box. That is a brilliant, original, unique concept, which I have only seen in this one design. Fandoma, YT, is that how it's pronounced? Fandoma? Very, very imaginative, very good idea. And also like the Bunzo head with just the face ripped off, attached to Boxy's like spring. Very, very nice. Very good idea. Better look at my prototype redesign's head and a little bit of my catnap redesign. Okay, so, I mean, I do like the catnap redesign. I think that's quite good. This art style, I don't know why. I like it, and it also greatly unnerves me. And I respect anything that can unnerve me. Janix, you've irked me. You've nudged me a little bit. You've made me a little scared. Maybe it's the teeth. Oh, another Lego one. Brick Trooper. Hey, it's not really a redesign, but I made it myself out of Lego. I'm 12 by the way, so I've not yet mastered all the skills of creating models. Love your videos, hope to be in one, I'm subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for asking so politely. Yes, you are in a video, you were in this one. Don't worry about mastering skills of creating models. There's no like entry border. Anyone can create anything they want, so I love it. I think this looks incredibly impressive. And, you know, whether or not it's a redesign of the official model or something that you've taken a lot of creative liberties with, it's going to look impressive. And there's so much imagination involved. Like I can see, is that little huggy head there? That's amazing. And the face, I really like this. I hope that like you keep this on a shelf or something and treasure it forever. Because what a fantastic idea this is. It is just very competently, very imaginatively put together, so well done. My redesign of the prototype. Okay, what I liked about this one was the perspective. Like on the head, the mouth would just continue outwards. And that got me thinking about what if, because we know like the prototype's head is very circular, almost like a sphere. What if like the mouth just continued around the sides? What if the prototype's mouth just went around its entire head? That is so scary. The rest of this is also just used really well. I like how the left arm, the predominantly left arm, is Mummy Longlegs, and that continues onto her body and head. That's just really cool. This is my prototype fan design. I made some adjustments to the prototype's legs and made them more realistic than my other designs. And it shows a Boxy Boo box, but the prototype replaced it with a gigantic poppy flower. And there is a saw blade and has a Boxy Boo and Mummy Longlegs hands, and the prototype wearing a jester shirt, and the circle on his chest next to his ribcage, he has a smoke reactor when it releases the poppy gas. What is there left to say, Victor? This looks incredibly impressive. Again, there's a poppy on it. You know, I like that idea of having a poppy on the prototype. I think I can say words. I think that's just a really good idea. I love like the hulking design of this one because like it makes sense. Like there's some kind of like platform that the legs attach to, and then the body is something separate, and then like the arms, they hang over each side. Just the way that it's composed, looking from top to bottom, as well as everything that you've mentioned, which I think is fantastic. It's just a really good way of putting this together. Well done. This was my concept of the prototype before Chapter 5. I made this art right after the release of Chapter 4. Wow. This is a real mix. I like the head. The head is very Afton. The head is very like broken, very skull-like. That's very, very good. It's bloody, it's disgusting, it's metal, it's robotic. I just really like it. There's like the discarded broken boxy box at the bottom with the arm hanging out. That's very, very cool. The Mummy Longlegs head around the ribcage, and a very similar placement to some of the designs that we've seen today and in previous videos. I like the amount of red being used. I like the poppy gas canisters, I assume, on the back. It's holding a poppy as well. There's a big poppy around the chest plate. The hulking neck as well. It looks unsightly, which for the prototype is fantastic. I'm a big fan of this design, and I think that this would fit in the games. You made them out of clay. That is so cool. I always found clay incredibly difficult to use, so well done. I love his little head. I love his little eye. This is adorable, actually. Really well done. Well done. This is also, like it should go without saying, the first time I have seen the prototype made out of clay, and I think that's very cool. What am I to make of this? Ultimate Gamer. What? Okay, so catnap head, expelling poppy gas, a hunched back. This actually isn't too different to the other prototype designs that we've seen. You know, like the metal framework, the jester sleeves, the like head fairly low down, and the hunched back and everything. Like, you know, this has the makings of something fantastic. I just really love how it's drawn. I can't lie. Ooh, this is nice, Kirk. Not only for the pose, but I also really like how there are the arms and a saw at the top, the legs at the bottom, and then just more appendages in the middle. Because, like, you know, the prototype should be a very messed up character. They've had years and years to modify their own appearance, so it makes sense. And as we saw through the spider legs in the official design, the prototype would want to increase their abilities to run faster and crawl through different environments. So adding more legs and adding more appendages, that makes sense. Very well done. So this is my prototype redesign. As you can see, I used Mummy as clothing and Huggy as arm covers. He has 2 eyes and some kind of a core. Bunzo's hat, blue hand, and the round thing with dots is the thing that the catnap plush has in the mouth. And Boxy Boo. Hope I get in the vid, thank you. Well, you made it into the vid, IMXO. I love this one because the prototype is wearing another monster. That is so cool, and it makes sense. Like, the prototype would just be like this endoskeleton robot head, and the reason that they captured Mummy Longlegs at the end of Chapter 2 is because they needed like a hood or something to wear. Even when they like revealed the prototype after so long, the actual proper face and head could still be hidden because they were wearing Mummy Longlegs as a hood. That's like the primary reason why I included this one, because I've never seen the prototype wear another robot like this. Also, what you've said about the blue hand and the boxy and like the kind of hidden core there, the weak spot, this is really good. There are some really good original ideas here. This is my problem? This is my prototype from Poppy Playtime. Hope this is in a video. Okay, Titan, well, here it is. It's like bat-shaped, or like a bat design. Obviously, like, it's very, very different to the official design, so there's a lot of creativity here. I like this just because it's so messed up. Like, you can see it's made from like some kind of bat toy. You can see like the Huggy and Mummy arms, obviously, and like the prototype arms. And I love how they've been drawn, by the way. I like this. It's very different, and yet it's recognizable as like a modified toy. So well done. My profile type prototype redesign. His lore is Elliot daughter was dying, so he adopted a kid like in the game lore. But the kid he adopted was also very sick. The kid had a dream to make a show and be famous, so he eventually became the prototype. Elliot helped him get that dream before he looks like how he does now. One day, some employees found him and did not like the idea of him running a show, so they beat him up, shattering his comedy mask. In a fit of rage, he killed everything in his path, everything that made fun of him, toys, guards, kids, everything. When he finally snapped out of it, he saw Elliot with his arm ripped off. He realized he was about to kill his own father. He knew what he had to do. He locked himself in a room for 5 years. Once he finally got out of that room, everyone was gone, they're all dead. He realized he could finally fulfill his dream. He found the doctor half dead, of all his bodies destroyed, and except for one, he repurposed other parts to make the new doctor, who was basically his own sewing machine. Once he found corpse as a bodies, he gave them bodies, toy bodies, with the help of the doctor, and he could finally fulfill his dream of being a show host. I love it. I love the backstory. I love, like, if you're going to make OCs like this, let me know their backstory, because I'm really interested to know your stories. And if you don't have OCs and you don't have your own backstories, think of some. It's a fantastic universe we've got here, and you can make any character and any robot you want and give them whichever backstory you like. I love how, like, the prototype is called the producer, and Sawyer, Harley Sawyer, is the sewer. I see what you mean about the shattered comedy mask as well. I love that. That's very cool. Very, very well done. My profile... Oh, we've been through that one. My prototype redesign. I hope I get into a vid. Well, Ember does not compute. You did. I like this one, obviously, because of the different head. This one looks like a Pokemon. I love it. The Poppy head, the like ragged stuff around the neck, and the boxy arm, and the boxy box as well. I like the little piece of, what is that, one of the nightmare critters down there? That's very cool. The wiring, and it's just so slender and everything. Like, it's mysterious. It's ominous. There's just so much about this that's different. I can imagine this one being like a more humanoid size, maybe like 6 foot, maybe? Something that can see the player character eye to eye. I like that. My redesign of the prototype. I worked hard on this. I hope you put it in a video, please. Well, Germa Brown, it is in a video. This is huge, and actually, like, the more you look at this, the more terrifying and detailed and intense it gets. Like, pause the video now and just take a look at this design in particular. Like, zoom in and just do whatever you want, because like there are hidden faces and smiling critters in the back here. These legs are like quite heavily armored. I like what they're wearing as well, and the mask is very different. The Jester hat is huge. There are like grab packs and broken robotic arms all around the back and everything. God, yeah, and there's a saw at the bottom as well, and Mummy Longlegs and Catnap, and the arm coming out of Catnap. There's so much to love here. My prototype redesign. I like this one because I like to imagine after Poppy Chapter 3, the prototype literally took Catnap apart. And like one of their arms, like their left arm, as we see in this design, is just Catnap's. And the fur goes around their body. I love that. I love how the eyes are mixed matched. Like the eyes are different. That's something that not a lot of prototype designs have, is like completely different eyes. Like a toy that's completely mangled, a toy that's been through everything. The things around the head are all different as well, and the legs are like huge. I like it. Well done. Slimy Plush Productions, Slimmy, I don't know. Davoni. This is my prototype redesign, since I think the parts he kinda needed more parts. I wanted to make him scarier though. I believe he was always supposed to be a jester, because I think Elliot would want to have Ollie be turned into something that isn't that scary. I watched that one video by Mark Pan, I guess I haven't seen that one, and based the design on that, but I really wanted to simplify the design because the original design looked like Donald Duck. He got the spider legs from a giant Halloween claw machine. Now I like that last idea, because like that makes sense. The spider legs are adapted from like a giant claw machine. I don't know, I like that idea. Do you like that idea? I like that idea. I hope he sees this soon. CJ, I have. I'm looking at it right now. I love this because it isn't quite an arm, and yet it also kind of is. It's just something that like extends from their body with the heads of previous villains on it. That is very cool. It has a saw as well. So many prototype designs have saws. It's ridiculous. I love it. And the arm is there as well. The arm is very well drawn actually, and the legs. Yeah, very cool. I've uploaded this image twice and this is the 3rd time, but it still hasn't appeared in the video. I hope this image can be included in the video. I also slightly modified this image from the previous image and coloured it. Okay, so this design is amazing. It's huge, it's imaginative, it's got so much stuff in it. Like, I love how Yanabi's head is like split into 2 on 2 different appendages there at the top. That's very cool. But what I should say is, if I don't see your design, please do not just keep reposting it all the time. I see every design that comes through that community because I look at the tab so often. So if you post a design on there, I will see it. I choose designs for videos for so many different reasons, right? And I can come back to designs that were posted days or weeks ago, and reposting the design is not the way to do it. So yeah, I have seen your design. I may or may not include it in a video. If I don't, then I should re-emphasize all of these designs are available to see on the community tab at any time. Favorite YouTuber of all time, loves your videos, I hope to be in a video. Well, thank you, Miguel. You are in a video. This design is so cool because like the legs are so awesome and armored, and then the body is so slender and it's made up of so many different pieces, and I just love how like fragmented and just what an assortment of pieces this is really. And the prototype is wearing a gas mask, I believe. That's another very cool idea. I've only seen that I think 1 time before. I'm going to assume this is another saw on it, and I want to know what this is actually. A new prototype design. I hope I be in a video. That right container is not gas, it's poppy gel. John, you made it into a video, well done. I just really like how this is drawn, because like, I don't know, this person had like so many ideas and they just wanted to get them on paper. I like to imagine that this is a monitor showing the doctor on it in the middle with like the eye in it is what I'm making out. I love how confused Boxy looks in this one as well. Also, the poppy gel container. That's very cool because I kind of have predicted that in chapter 6 we will use poppy gel to take down the prototype, so having a container of it nearby is a very interesting idea. I love the catnap head as well. There's a lot to love here, honestly. It's a massive design. I love it. My son Riker drew this photo of the prototype and really would like you to see it. He loves your channel. Well, Ash, thank you for sending this my way. Riker is a very cool name, by the way. I love this design because the art style kind of adds to it. I love the physical drawings. I don't know why, like take for example the legs on this one, the kind of spindly design that this drawing gives them. It makes it look terrifying. Like, can you imagine the prototype like leaping towards you or being chased by it, and it's going like super fast on little legs like this? To me that's terrifying. The head on it as well, and the Boxy representation. Hey, we all love Boxy. Say it with me, comment right now, we all love Boxy, because we do love Boxy. Boxy's my favourite, I love Boxy. I'm going to assume that this is the grab pack on the back as well, like the little hands. Or maybe like lights, I don't know, they're quite cool. And the jester arms as well, and the huggy arms too. Very cool, love this one. Hi Kirbyster Plays, hi Nightmare. I know I was already in a video, but I saw someone make the prototype out of clay, so I thought this might interest you. The prototype, 100% out of pipe cleaners. I didn't even read that until I was saying it. This is really sick. Whether or not you made this, because I'm not sure that's completely clear, this is very cool. You know, I love, like, I've never seen such a spectrum of ability bringing the prototype to life. Obviously there are so many drawings and they're fantastic. There's Lego, there's clay, and now I guess I can add pipe cleaners to that list. My son drew this and thought that it would be cool to show it to everyone. He's 10, show him some love. I love this. 10? Drawing like this? What talent! This is fantastic. They've gone all out. They've made the schematics for this one as well. I love the art style. What I like to say with designs with an art style such as this is, you know what we need now is a comic in this art style. Not only the prototype, I want to delve into Playtime Co. I want to see a full graphic novel series. I want a one-shot. I want a Playtime Co. Poppy Playtime extended universe comic in this art style. What I love about this one in particular is probably what your eyes were first drawn to as well, the smile. The smile on the prototype. I don't know why. The teeth, the way the teeth are made in the final official design, I don't know why they're hit or miss. I actually prefer them here. So yeah, very, very cool. Thank you. Oh, we have a one here in another language, but don't worry, with the magic power of the internet, I was able to translate this one. Hello, my name is Luca Darn. I am 11 years old, and this is my drawing of the prototype. I hope you like it. Well, Luca, I do. This is horrifying in, like, the best way. This prototype transcends the page. We're actually traveling over multiple pages with this one. I can only imagine how big this drawing actually is. Oh wow, this is really scary, honestly. I wish I was able to draw like this, because like, I don't know, just the way it's been coloured, I really like it. The multiple heads as well, like you've got Huggy and Catnap down there, the broken mask and just everything hanging off it. That is sick. This is like a proper prototype that's been stewing in Playtime Co for a decade or a half or however long it was. This is sick. The hat as well and the stitching on that and the arms. It's so mangled and there are like so many pieces involved. I like it. I like this one. This one's very good. I like this one. My prototype redesign by a Froggy. The face looks very Music Man. You know the Music Man character from like FNAF 6 and a couple of others? That's the first thing that I thought of. This is the second ever prototype fan design I've seen, where they are a scorpion and not a spider. That's quite interesting. You know, I can kind of see from the the earless Catnap tail over here that yes, this is a scorpion design, and I think this really fits the prototype. Like, look at the legs as well, the way the legs have been drawn, and like the prototype arm as well. Like, you know, the Jester here has two arms of their own. And then there's like another additional prototype arm. That is very cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that done before. And obviously, like, we can see like this kind of weird disfigured rib cage, like closing in around the arms and appendages of other toys like Huggy, Kissy and Huggy. Huggy, Kissy and Mummy, I mean, you know? Very cool, very nice. Lots of unique ideas there. This is my redesigned prototype. How is it? Hope you love it. Anaro. I love this one. Does the head have like a mask on it? Like, is this... No, it isn't. The head is up here. I thought that it was like a character from Gormity or Mega Man Star Force, and like the eyes and the mask were like, I don't know, that would have also been cool. But since we're looking up here now, the mask is sick. I love the way it's drawn. Teeth are terrifying, and like the Catnap head is on a stake up there, and we have like the detailed arms as well, and like these big armored legs and everything. You know how, or like you may know how some prototype fan designs have like a beak head? I'm kind of getting that impression from the way you've drawn the leg. Interesting concept. It's not a redesign, but I made the prototype. He is about 2 feet tall and weighs 3.6 pounds. He took me a month to make. What do you think? What? What the hell? I love it. I love it to death. Look at what we've got here. God, it's like game accurate. How do people with a skill level like this just spawn in and just make these amazing creations? Jesus Christ, this is fantastic. What is this? You made him out of what? Some kind of like fabrics and some assortment of different materials here. Okay, if by some miracle you end up seeing this video, comment and tell me like exactly what you made this with, because Jesus Christ, that is really impressive. I couldn't help but notice the amount of like awesome mystery toy things you have on your shelf as well. Like, I want to know where the Freddy is from, and I missed out on the Super Shadow. I know I should have bought the bleeding Super Shadow. I saw that at a what's it called, a TJ Maxx store. I saw that exact Super Shadow figure and I didn't buy it. And to this day, I still don't know why the hell I did that. And you have the Popeyes FNAF 2 promotional meal there as well. Hell yeah, dude. I tried recreating him. Can you do a video about this? Well, Glimmer, you made it into this one. What I noticed about this one was, obviously, like, this is taken from the base image of the official prototype design, and that's great. I like when people do that, because like you're using the official model as like a template and then playing off of that, which is fantastic. What I love about this one is I recognize that smile. That's a creepypasta smile. I saw that on Smile Dog. I saw that on all kinds of things. Yeah, very cool. I like that smile. That's a good smile. It has both eyes as well. Don't think I wouldn't notice that. It has a monitor on it. Very, very nice. It has the Bron head from, I believe that's from one of the official Mob Entertainment YouTube thumbnails there. And yeah, no, they're holding a smiling critter. multiple heads. You see, this is where it's at. Multiple heads, smiling critters on the final prototype design. So many concepts that like so many people have taken for granted, which the official design should have had. It should have had multiple heads, it should have had smiling critters, and there's a grab pack on this one as well. Oh, nightmare to program in the final design maybe, but I'm so glad that fans are bringing that to life. Thank you. Here is my prototype old. So this is like a fairly old prototype fan design. Thank you. I love this. You've even cut it out for us, so thank you. It's like green, the mask. It's like with age, it's just turned like moldy. Isn't that sick? Tell me that isn't like the coolest idea in the world. I love like the kind of heart body contraption down here as well. I like the way the arms are drawn. There's a lot to like there. This is my prototype redesign, and I hope you put it in a video. Mama Eagle, you are at the end of this video. I'm going to go on the record and say that this one is cool. I like this one. And why I love this one is because I happen to have noticed it's comprised of two of my favourite villains. We have the Boxy and the Yarnaby, so thank you very much. I love the mask and the way it's like kind of corrupted. Or is that a reflection of the arm in front of it? The Mummy Longlegs arm, the catnap head and everything, like the body, the way it's put together. One thing, I can't make out how many legs this has, or what perspective we're looking at this from. I love how you've drawn Yarnaby's head as well. Like I don't know, are the Yarnaby head and the Boxy traced from something? Because either way, that's really cool looking. And you have the iconic prototype arms on there as well. Tick, tick, tick. Love this one. Great. You've made it into the video. Day 6 of asking him to include my design in a video. Well, Jellycat Jude, I hope the long wait was worth it. What I love about this design is how it uses the other characters. Like we have Huggy on one shoulder, Mummy Longlegs on the other shoulder with the arm hanging down, Catnap in the middle with the arms there, and Dog Day below them. And if that's the size of Dog Day, God knows how tall this design actually is. I love how it has legs and then legs coming off of those legs, and I can see there's like the sleeve arm of a Huggy on there as well, which is very cool. Don't think I would notice the Yarnaby head, like just half of the head on one of the arms. That is very cool. Just heads, lots of characters. I like that. It also has like a shoulder mounted cannon, like the Harvester from Terminator Salvation. That was a great movie. Yeah, I love this design. This is my prototype design, Brayden. This is very cool. I love this one because like most of the body, and I guess like the dust texture on the hat, is like a deep, hazy, dark texture. So like, let's say for example, this was the official prototype design. Even when the official look was revealed to us, there would still be an element of mystery because the body is like shrouded in like dark dust, and we can kind of get a peek of it, a skeletal structure behind the shroud. I think that's very cool. If the prototype wasn't like a 100% physical being, I like that. That's good. That's a good idea. Also the mask in this one, I love how it's drawn. It's fairly similar to the official prototype design, but also kind of not. Like the teeth, for example, are quite similar. But if you wanted to get a good idea of what the prototype would look like if it had an eyeball, then this design will give you a pretty good indication. This is one of my prototype fan designs. I call him Anton the Jester. Well, let's take a look at Anton the Jester. So that would be cool if it was like a snake toy instead of a jester box. That's cool. And that leads up to like this little body and then these giant hulking haunting arms coming out of it. 4 arms. That's very, very cool because like the prototype could have as many arms as they want. In the end, they have like a few. Like they have the huggy arm, they have the kissy arm, but only 2 that are like properly fully functional. 2 arms that are theirs, and that's kind of the same as this fan design. Like we have the 2 main prototype arms, then we have a mummy arm, and then we have Boxy Boo's arm. Like tell me that isn't the coolest thing in the world. The head is also quite sleek and thinner than the official design, but that's cool because the jester hat seems to be longer as well in this design. Like it reaches all the way down to the top of the shirt. I like that. Here we go. Hope this gets featured in the next video. Well, Vaughn, it has been. This one is cool because weirdly, I don't know, I liked the head, I like the mask, the face, it's quite good. The art style on the huggy arm as well, I just really liked it. The fact that like the prototype is a music box, but inside that there are like all of the different arms come out of that, as well as like the main prototype body. That's a very interesting concept. So it would be like a box design, but inside of that are like all of these things that are just like leaning over the slide or reaching out to try and get the player. What a good idea. That's very good. Prototype Redesign. Sanders Show, thank you. I liked this one because of like obviously the neck. Like, after this massive body, which has so many arms, Jesus Christ, it goes up to what I assume is a Pugapilla type body. And then Mummy Longlegs' head, Catnap's head, and is that Pugapilla or like an OC? That's quite cool. They all come off of that, like they're all stemming from the long neck. That's very cool. And then at the front there's the prototype skull head. So that's very good. That's a very cool idea. All of this comes down to the music box as well, and then all of the legs come out of the sides of that. I like this design. I think it's just wacky and abstract enough to fit into the game. So that's very cool. Great design. This is the prototype that I was expecting. Please put this in a video and thank you. Maddox, you're in. I see you've annotated some of the stuff for us. So there are bones and muscle around the legs. That's quite cool. Clown hat and a skeleton face as well. Lots of bones and lots of like human elements to this one. And that's really cool because imagine how terrifying that would be if like Ollie or the prototype's body kind of remained long after it had become like a robot evil toy. To see like so many muscles and like broken ragged old muscle in the final prototype design, that would be very cool. I like how you have like the head coming out of one side and then the arm coming out of the other. That's very, very cool. We have a nice selection here. Like there's all sorts of stuff going on in the middle and it's jumbled and it's like what the prototype should be. Like the prototype should be messy and it should look unfinished because it's a test. Very nice design. I like the direction that you took with this one. Bro, did you see the Ultimate Figure Collector's prototype? That was insane. I did see that one. Also, rate my prototype design. Well, I'm gonna rate it 10 out of 10 because you actually made it. Another Lego one. I love the Lego ones because Lego pieces, when you're making something that can be as convoluted and complex as the prototype, they can be a little restrictive, but I've seen a lot of people bypass that. So I can see you have quite a cool little evil head there, and then I can see the huggy and kissy arms on either side. So like having the arms on the shoulder, oh, that's a cool idea. I'd never thought of that in the context of the prototype before, like having the head and then the arms like immediately come out of the shoulders on either side. That's a very good idea. An arm with a claw on one side and then like the thin prototype fingers on the other side. I can see what you did there. That's a very good way of making that out of Lego. You've done a fantastic job putting those legs together, like the thick armoured robotic legs, and you made a stand for it as well. Very good. This is like a really strong Lego design. I hope you keep this design on like a shelf and treasure it forever. Hello everyone, I'm here to show my version of I thought the prototype would look. I made it when chapter 4 came out, but I kind of forgot about it, and now I found it, so here it is. And also, can I please be in a video, please? Well, Sonic and friends, you are in a video. I like this one because not only are like the legs freakishly long and the arms like super lanky, and I find that really ominous when it's like on an old toy like this, but the head, if we scroll through to the next picture, it opens. The head opens, but it opens from like the top outwards instead of the front outwards like Yarnaby. This is sick. It's such a good idea. Like if the prototype's head opened, revealing Poppy gas, that's cool. I see that you've given a human size for comparison, so yeah, super scary. Can you imagine a prototype like chasing after you with legs and arms as long as this one? Yeah, super spooky. My two versions of the 1006, and yes, made it in Roblox. Super detailed. So we have like a more traditional clown head and like the two-coloured clown hat. Mummy Longlegs' entire head is on there. We have like this rusted metallic and or steel kind of ribcage design and a more organic kind of bone and heart structure inside. The huggy and kissy arms as well, and the Mummy Longlegs at the front. I love the legs, like how there's elements of bone and then red wires and then grey and black metallic structures on it as well. This is sick. What does the other one look like? Very close to the first design, just with a different shaped head and some other things like that. Yeah, very cool. I'm 12 years old and fascinated by robotics, technology and biology. While keeping up with my schoolwork, I'm also studying complex high school and college level engineering. Given my interests, I find the prototype to be a particularly intriguing character. His redesign description is listed in the drawing. Let's take a read. The poppy gel is used to stick his wait, whoa, what does that mean? Let me zoom in here. The poppy gel is used to stick his mechanical and jester body together. Toys 2. His right hand is replaceable with a syringe or a scalpel. Grab packs we lost on his back, and a real human eye just for showing us that it is a human. Oh my god, it's like an action figure. You can change the hand. Wouldn't that be cool if, like, because we knew the prototype was modifying itself. What if, like, in just like the middle of a chase scene, it takes one of its hands off, tosses it away, and replaces it with a bleeding scalpel, or like a flamethrower or a weapon or anything? That is so cool. The prototype, like, designed itself so that it could constantly change itself. That's such a good idea. All of the grab packs as well. Doesn't this design look grand and just like a final boss? Like, yes, the prototype design we ended up getting, it's canonically, I think, the biggest villain in the entire franchise. It looks grand, it looks like a combination of so many factors, but this one, just by having like all of the grab packs around it and detachable and changeable hands, which is a fantastic idea, a lightly redesigned front section and like all of these legs and stuff like that, and still finding a way to get Mummy Longlegs involved, and like, oh wow, look at the arms down there too. This is great. So many fantastic ideas just being thrown at this one. You should be super proud of coming up with something like this. I love it. Have you ever heard of Absolute Batman, Superman, and all the other Absolute characters? I have. How lucky. I thought I'd design an Absolute prototype. I hope this drawing makes it into a video. Absolute prototype. Oh, that's great. If you've watched this far, comment Absolute prototype. Hashtag Absolute prototype. This is like the apex, isn't it? Like, there's so much in this. It has like the cracked, fractured jester mask and the hat on it as well. A long neck that then goes into the body, which then goes into like a longer section, which goes into a box surrounded by Pugapilla, Mummy. Then there's the inverse catnap body beneath it with the arms, and then like the prototype arms that we know. And then that goes up, and then there's an even bigger arm. And on that there are arms and different hands and everything. Oh, this is so sick. There's another arm that leads up to Pianosaurus. Pianosaurus coverage. If you're watching this far, comment justice for Pianosaurus. And it has a saw on it, of course it does. So many legs as well, like it has the Bron leg, it has all of like the different legs. Okay, if Mob Entertainment decided to go down the road of like making the prototype a mix of different faces and characters and so many different parts, this is where the road leads. A design that looks like this. I love this one. You made an Absolute prototype design, I love that. Now we need a comic called Poppy Playtime Absolute Prototype. Hey, if you're up for the challenge, go ahead and draw it. I made a redesign, but my stupid teacher threw it away? Mr. Bacon VR, no way! If it's okay with everyone, I would like to have a few moments silence for this lost prototype design. If you can, Mr. Bacon VR, can you redraw it? Can you recreate it? I don't know. If you'd like to join me in a moment of remembrance for this tragic lost prototype design, I would appreciate that. This is my prototype redesign. I really hope it gets in a video in all caps. This design is based and more on the Catnap Shrine and the Golden Diamond fan design. Lore, oh, there's some lore with this one. The reason the prototype is depicted differently on the shrine is because when Catnap was once in his presence, 1006 extended out, hanging and with his drooping hands he made a clapping position and pointed both hands towards Catnap and stabbed through him. 1006 put Catnap in the Poppy gel and recreated him to worship 1006. This explains why the skeleton is in that hanging clapping position, being the last pose of 1006 Catnap saw. Okay, I wasn't able to piece it together until you said that. Now it makes sense. This lore is kind of a stretch though. I still hope it gets in a video. Well, keep out home of Mr. Skit. You made it into the video and you are number 1. That's interesting though. I can see what you mean. Like the reason the Catnap Shrine is different is because Catnap was kind of like reborn as this prototype worshipping dude. And the last thing he would have seen before being completely eviscerated is the pose that he made the shrine into. I get that. That makes sense. That's a good idea. Don't worry about it. Prismatic Animator, reposting this design because I yearn to get this specific design in a vid. How lucky you are. This is my first model, fan-made prototype, and I made this 2 days before Chapter 5 because I was making a Chapter 5 fan-made gameplay, and he was meant to be the one that sent the first letter in Chapter 1? Good idea. That's a very good idea. Fun fact, his head is based off the flower logo on the hazmat suits Playtime Co uses. Do they? Do they have one of them? Oh, I see what you mean. This is good. This is interesting. I love that misdirect. That kind of low-key theory that I had, the find the flower letter was relating to something on the prototype's body and not Poppy's room at the end of chapter 1. So yeah, I love having that idea come to life. Well done. By the way, if you want to see this, okay, but if not, still okay. I made him humanoid skull android with a heart inside. Also see the one with the heart inside. It's important. Okay, it took me 1 hour because the skull head was hard. Drawing skulls is difficult. I get what you mean. Oh, prototype. The guy's name is Prototype. Yeah, we have the prototype themselves in this video. This is great. This is a good mix of like robotic parts and biology, and those are like the prototype designs I'm drawn to. I don't know why. If that's done right, it can look really cool, and this looks really cool. That's awesome as well. Like a humanoid, like a bone rib cage, and like a bone torso, and then robotic legs and one arm as well, which is very interesting. So yeah, it looks broken. It looks incomplete. It looks like a prototype. Day 2 of posting my fan design from 2024 retro. This looks sick actually. Oh, the head kind of looks like Ennard from Five Nights at Freddy's. That's cool. Like the mask is half there but it's still smiling, and like has the little hat on it on the half that's still there. Again, this one has like a bony organic rib cage and the prototype arm that we love and know with the Mummy Longlegs arm around it, and then one with like the torn bleeding Huggy fur on it. That's horrifying. And you have some catnap on there as well, and it's just like coated in this. I'm going to assume it's poppy gas, because if it's blood, then Jesus Christ, that's hardcore. This is great. I love this one. And again, another humanoid shape. Like, I don't know, I love how this looks. I just, you know, it makes sense because our player, as far as we know, is human at the moment, as of the release of Chapter 5, Broken Things. So having like an equal, a villain that's an equal and human shaped, that would be great. I know Lily Lovebraids kind of falls into that category, but they were only introduced to be like a stepping stone to the prototype, so I love something like this. A very hard prototype design made by me. Mimosa, this looks really complex and difficult, Jesus. We have so much here. I love the boxy head at the top and the expression he's pulling. Then there's like the boxy arm connecting to a grab pack. There's like, there is a cool distinctive unique prototype half skull head there with a Huggy head around it and catnap, and that goes down to like all of these pieces, and Jesus, and there's a monitor as well with the eye in it. That's very cool. It has the arm on it, and Jesus, there's so much going on here. I love this. Pause this video if you're watching. Pause this and just take the time to fully consume everything this design has. Because I looked at this and I thought, wow, this is insane. Again, it looks incomplete. It looks like a prototype. That's so cool. And I love the text, Poppy come back. That's cool. That's nice. That would be a good Chapter 6 title? Come back, maybe? I don't know. Does it look good? My interesting prototype design. It does look good. It does look very interesting. This one has a cape. If the cape was made of catnap's fur. Is that right? Because there's the catnap head on it as well. That is a sick idea. Another humanoid one. I promise I didn't plan this. I did not plan this at all, but there are quite a few humanoid ones in this, and I like that. The head is like a bundle of poppies, but it also has like an eye in it and some teeth. That's very unique actually. Has the Mummy Longleg head on it as well, and then like the arms coming out. Just from the size of like Mummy's head, and I can even see Huggy there. This must be huge. I guess, yeah, there is also a human for comparison. I love like the legs as well, are very droidica-esque, very Star Wars. I like this. I really like this one. My prototype design. He was originally supposed to control puppet shows with smaller toys. His arms used to be covered by a cotton texture like clouds, but he peeled them back. His hand with the flower attached to it is Daisy, back from Chapter 2 when she was supposed to be a marionette. The Doughy and Dog Day heads are trophies he kept as a reward for them both being dead. Mummy and Catnap are on stage as they would be brought back as performers and would use their abilities to aid the prototype. The prototype would not mimic their voices as they can speak for themselves. That's quite interesting. His head is a sun, by the way, and would make a bright light shine like we see coming from the hatch in Chapter 3. His name in this would be the Puppeteer. I love this one for so many reasons. The light shining down during the catnap fight, I get what that means. I know what you mean. That's a good idea. You know, we go on so much about having multiple heads on the design, and I love the placement here, like the mask and the catnap and Mummy Longlegs on the bottom there. But having multiple voices and voices that can think for themselves while still being attached to the same body, what a good idea. Here's a prototype design. History, I guess you could call it. I don't know. History. It's an interesting name. Basically a theory as to what he could have looked like over time between his creation and Chapter 1. Hope you like it, Ollie. So a pre-Hour of Joy prototype design. This is drawn really well, Pete. Goodness me, this looks great. yeah, I think you pretty much nailed it. Like, before he would have become this broken, monstrous thing, it probably would have looked exactly like this. This is really good. Wow, well done. Very good. Day 2 of showing my 1006 design until Kirbyster notices. Well, I have noticed now. Dawson, this looks great. I love how, like, Dog Day's legs, Jesus Christ. I love the combination of just pretty much everyone in this. Obviously, I like the heads. The eyes on Mummy Longlegs look very sprunky. They remind me of the sprunky guys. The head is so monstrous and scary. I love that. I actually kind of prefer that a little bit to the official one that we got, so that's quite interesting. The doughy leg, the Mummy Longlegs as well, the catnap thing. Oh god, this is great. And also it's drawn very well as well. Prototype extravagant design. Look at this one. Oh my god, look at the art style and the everything. This is so good. Chester, oh my god, I love this. The wings and like the all of the grab packs at the top, like trophies, the long neck as well, the boxy head, or at least half of it, all of the little legs on it as well, and the huggy arms are still there, all of like the toys hanging from it as well. I mean, this one speaks for itself, right? This one is just incredible. I love it. Each design is like fantastic in their own way. Look at this one as well. It's got like Daddy and Mummy Longlegs, but they're like wrapped up in each other. And like, are they little monitors on it as well? They are. It's playing one of the tapes from chapter 5 on it, and it's got like a little doctor on it as well. A monitor with a Poppy on it. Oh my god, the logo on there as well. All of the things down the back of the neck. A little sun on the end there. Is that from Dog Day? Or one of the smiling critters, maybe? Oh, the wings are all broken and patchy, and yet they look weirdly organic. This is fantastic. And I think canonically, this may be like the biggest prototype redesign ever. Like, if that's the size of a grab pack, and that's the size of Mummy Longlegs, and those are the size of the legs, this thing could be massive. Very well done. I like this one. I've loved all of the designs in this video, I just want to make it clear, but the art style on this one and just the combination of parts really threw me off. Like, this caught me so off guard, and I'm happy it did. You know, I think that looks fantastic. At this point, we need a new name for the prototype, right? Like Ollie the Jester, maybe? Thank you for this, G-Man 67. I love this one. I love how color coordinated it is, like how you've stuck to the red, blue, and yellow. Obviously, this is a Lego model. We've seen some of those now, and they are just like, they're so impressive. You know, not only having a fan design in your head, but making it in real life. You know, some people, they draw. We've had designs that are made out of cotton and pipe cleaners and all kinds of things, and I love seeing the Lego ones because there's such a scope for imagination there. I also love how you've drawn the face, so like where there aren't parts readily available, you've compensated for that and you've made it work. So yeah, this design is actually really good. One thing that I've noticed as well is that a lot of people, when they're renaming the prototype, they either rename them Ollie or the Jester, or a combination of the two, like Ollie the Jester, which I just found to be quite interesting. Okay, wow, Jason, there is a lot of text here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the design on one side and the text on the other so that people can see both. Let's see what you've written here. This is my prototype design. The one which looks most resembling the official design is my prototype fan design. I just added Catnap on the back because I feel like the pelt of Catnap was a little bit disrespectful to such a good chapter. On that point, a lot of people aren't happy with how Catnap ended up being used in the official design, so it's always interesting to see what fans do with it when the design is in their hands. Also, I couldn't quite finish it because it's hard to build Lego, because it should have had Happy Hopscotch's head stabbed on a pole and Mummy Longlegs' head out of a base of Catnap's body, and it would have had a little wrong side out who Huggy Woo Uggy toy impaled on a pole as well. The other one, which is massive, is a new one I've made. I call it Experiment 1005 in my lore. He was an experiment by Elliot, when Elliot mistaking him for being a failed experiment, but also he is based off the Golden Diamond design, a very popular fan design, perhaps you've seen it, for like the base body, but he's only got 3 legs, and as you can see, he's got a Daddy Longlegs arm and a prototype looking arm for his real body, but he is missing one sharp nail on it from some battle damage. That's cool. He is incredibly similar to a real prototype, and in the lore he is called William, and he is actually Ollie's brother, adoptive brother. Also, he would have a Poppy gel canister at his back, but at the time I took the picture I forgot to add it, so just put like a Valve Poppy gel canister at the right back and imagine that. I have been watching your videos for ages, and I have decided to make my own designs. I made a few of them of course, but these are my main ones I wanted to upload. I hope you like them. Kirbyster, by the way, my name is Cody. I think I've been watching your videos since the week after, maybe 2 weeks after chapter 5 released, and I quite like your videos. Great job on them, bye. Jason, thank you so much, that's really nice to hear. And yeah, these look really impressive, like I said with the design previously. I love when people make things out of Lego, and also like that previous design, I see how you've drawn where there weren't pieces available. I love them. I can clearly make out where you've seen Catnap as well. I love what you did with the grab pack or the huggy arm. Either way, it's fantastic on this one design. I love the mummy long legs arm here as well. This is a really creative way of putting these together. So like, really well done, man. Hey, what do you think of my prototype redesign? By the way, it took me days to gather ideas for this concept. I hope this gets in a video someday. Well, Steve the Machine, it's your lucky day you made it into a video. I see you've given us some annotations here, so let's see what we've got. Bloody and dirty clothes, fantastic, because one of my main points of feedback for the official design was that their clothes looked too clean, until obviously they got burnt. Red gas canisters, fantastic. Stitched together toys, which is a great idea. Heart. An exposed heart through the clothing, that is such a good idea. I don't think I've even seen that before. A syringe, fantastic. Poppy gel and bones and organs from employees. Wow, that's fantastic. You know, we often talk about there being multiple bodies in a prototype design, but usually we're referring to the toys. This design just says, yes, there are multiple human bones on this design. That is so cool. I love what you did with, oh, I was going to mention Doughy, but I just realized there's a human skeleton down there as well. It's always interesting to see what people do with Doughy, because there was no Doughy representation, as far as I can remember, on the official design. Now, I'm not exactly Doughy's biggest fan, but the fact that they don't appear at all on the prototype is a very interesting idea, so that's quite good and new and creative. Also, I noticed that they're coming out of Boxy's box. Very, very cool. Just a lot of really good ideas here. I also love how the legs are drawn, so it's like very broad. I can see this realistically working out quite well. Also the mask, it's so cool. Day 3 of posting my prototype redesign until it gets used in the video. Second image is after chapter 5 train crash. He was stuck, so he forcibly ripped himself off his destroyed upper half and started crawling towards us. Okay, we will get to that second design soon, that will come next. What I do want to say is, day 3 of posting my prototype redesign, obviously feel free to repost your designs, upgrade them, make new prototype redesigns. However, I may go back and see designs posted previously and include them in videos. Although this is your third day of posting this, I actually saw it an hour after you posted it the first time. So, you know, you get what I'm saying, don't you? This does look fantastic though. The reason why I was so eager to include this is because when it's a giant hulking prototype lurching down on us from the ceiling, it looks like GLaDOS from Portal 2, which is one of my favourite games of all time. For a game like Poppy Playtime, I can see something like this fitting so well. Like the prototype having a room dedicated to themselves and everything like that, and the multiple different ways that we could have taken them down. Oh, so fantastic. I love what Catnap is doing to Huggy up here as well. So what's the second design then? Oh, that's cool. See, now this is the only design I think I've seen which looks forward, like what the prototype would look like in chapter 6 or in the future after being burnt after the train crash. I love it because they're like so destroyed, so fractured. Oh god, this is so sick actually, and it's like kind of melting as well by the look of it. Oh, it's so sick. Here's my prototype redesign. Thank you, Mince. I see you've given us some source images here, so let's see what we've got. The Catnap label, I can see you've got the hand on the Poppy Playtime 5 game icon there. I can see the inspiration that you've drawn from that beta design. That's very cool. The Ollie phone as well. Now that picture of Mummy Longlegs, I spent hours before looking for this specific image or one that looks just like it from after the chase in chapter 2. Very well done finding that or making it yourself. With a Huggy there as well, the Jester artwork from the official Mob Entertainment holiday artwork last year. Just a lot of stuff done right in this one. And it's also just a really impressive drawing. Well done. Very well done. Repost of my prototype design. More text and annotations. Thank you, Aimframe. He doesn't have a stinger. Why does a spider have a stinger? I mean, I Guess you got them there. He got new arms. His legs are rusted. Dog Day. Dog Day's arm, very, very cool idea. Arm of Catnap, also very good. Doughy arm, more doughy representation. Instead of tendons, these are wires. That's an interesting idea of like fusing organic and robotic. That's very cool. Boxy representation. If you're watching this far, comment "We love Boxy" or "We love Boxy Boo" or something like that. The Poppy Where Are You is very cool. I wonder how this one would sound. He also has a carrier box, very, very cool. He can summon minions. You gave them a connection to the Doctor, thank you. I love the idea that the prototype has like their own army. That is very cool. Don't know how to draw a grab pack. I don't blame you, I don't either. Size comparison. Wow, this prototype would be giant. I love how the face looks as well. It's so creepy. Great, great job. Oh my goodness, Gabe. Please, pleaser, please, 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 pleaser, please, please, pleaser, please, 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 pleaser, please, 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 pleaser, please, 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 pleaser, please, please, let this be in a video. No, just kidding. Wow, this is really imaginative actually. Like, this takes it in a completely new direction. I love what you did with the legs, like how they're all from distinctive characters and then it has like two of its own. I love how like the shape of it is so weird and different. I love how it looks like there's a monitor with the eye on it as well from the Doctor up there. That's very cool. Pugapilla representation. I don't think we got any of that in the final prototype design as well. I think Pugapilla is still alive in the game, like just in the ether in the chapter 2 area. So that's very interesting to see them here. I love what this arm is, not quite sure what it is. So if you're watching this, please comment and let me know. So many good ideas here, and also Mummy Longlegs head there as well. Yeah, I just really like this one. Well done. This one is very interesting. Camellia Caesar. This is the only person who has sent me fan design on Twitter /X. I use the name interchangeably. And listen, hey, if for whatever reason the community tab isn't appearing, send me the design on Twitter or X if you still have that. It's just @Kirbyster Plays. It's that easy. I wanted to make him feel more divine but in a monstrous and eldritch way. Well, you achieved mission accomplished, you did that. Also gave him a doll face because I believe that fits him way better than the official face. I mean, that makes sense. Think of the time, the chronology, I can see what you mean. This is just a fantastically drawn picture. What program did you make this on? How did you put this together? Because I'm genuinely intrigued. I really want to know. Please comment if you're still around. I love the glowing eyes. In particular, I love Dog Day's head here with like the thing hanging off it. It's weird. The arms, like I'm thinking of the one leading up to the syringe and the one that we know as the iconic prototype arm, they kind of almost look like wings. And also like Catnap and Pugapilla, they're making like the shape like another wing. I don't know why. This is like really, really sick. Now I love in particular that you've included the heads of smiling and nightmare critters at the bottom, like even Babachops down there. Including them gives them so much more importance. Again, I'm not the biggest Babachops enjoyer. You know, between that and Doughy, the best thing to come out of chapter 4 I believe is Yarnaby. So even like introducing the nightmare critters, the smiling critters, and having Babachops represented on the official prototype design, what a good idea that is. That's just really, really fantastic. I love the background as well. Camellia Caesar, was it? Yeah, great job. Oh, we've got an interesting one here. This is my prototype redesign too. He has a wheel on his torso, so he can move 360. Oh, that's an interesting idea. If the prototype could like contort itself in like unnatural ways and like move in a full circle to look at us or like attack us from wherever we are. That's a really interesting idea. It's the first time I've seen a prototype made in this way as well. Like I can clearly see where the arm is and everything like that. Really imaginative use of these pieces. I didn't know you could get these kind of Lego pieces anymore. This is quite interesting, honestly, and it's big as well. And I can see where you've added like the red, blue and yellow colours as well, and the eyes and the face. This is really good. This is very good. You should be very proud of yourself. While not a redesign, here's a fun little piece of art I made of what the prototype probably was before he ever was the prototype. I named him Jolly Jester, but the name might be changed later. This is so cool. You know, the two factions of prototype redesign that I just love seeing are prototype prior to the Hour of Joy and the prototype in chapter 6 and onwards. What they could look like after we last saw them in chapter 5. At the time of recording, of course. This is really sick. I can't see a reason why this wouldn't be accurate, you know? That's so cool. I wish we got an idea of what the old music box looked like that the prototype had, because obviously they used to be a Jack in the Box, or at least we assume so. So yeah, no, this is also, it's just drawn really well. Yeah, no, this is great. Devon Dalmatian, this looks fantastic. Like, I can see this being accurate. An old prototype design I made weeks before chapter 5. I thought we would meet the prototype after we fought Lily, so I thought he would skin her face and make it clown-like and wear it, so that's why it looks like a leather face head. That is such a cool idea. You know, a real point of contention about Poppy chapter 5 is that Lily Lovebraids was just thrown into the mix and was nothing more than a stepping stone to get us to the prototype. I would have loved to see more of Lily Lovebraids. I would have loved to have seen like a dedicated battle sequence. I know we kind of got that. We had kind of like a half-baked chase that was over as soon as it began. So to see like Lily, after we defeated them in air quotes, like seeing their face get ripped off by the prototype so that they could wear it. That's so cool. And this is something that I see only in the minority of prototype redesigns and fan designs, is the prototype disguising itself by wearing the face of another toy. It's too late now for that to be official, but I'm so glad that a concept like that can come to life in fan designs, because it would keep a degree of mystery. Even though we would see the prototype design, like for example, let's take this one, if it was official, there would still be some mystery about what the prototype's face actually looked like, because the one that we'd see is just wearing the disguise of another toy we've already fought. I think that's a very good idea. Please show it in a video. Okay, here it is. We have a nice multicolored neck. The face is weirdly terrifying. Can you imagine if the prototype just had like giant black eyes like that with no pupils or anything, and they like merged with a giant black smile? That is cool. Like a really dark, twisted kind of broken mask. That's sick actually, and the jester hat as well. One prototype arm, so this is one of the designs that chose to only give the prototype one arm. I understand that. I like how robotic this one is as well. Like this, you know, I can see this translating into a model quite well. Yeah, great idea. Alien. Here is mine. Wow. Oh my goodness, let's take a closer look at this one. Okay, so this is drawn incredibly well. How did you make this? If you're still drawing, please comment and let me know. This is horrifying. Okay, I can tell you, you've secured a place in the thumbnail, so you've got that going for you. This is fantastic. There's so much to look at. Okay, so firstly, the music box in this one is the body. Fantastic idea. Starting with the basics. It looks like it's a version of Boxy's music box, so that's very, very cool. With Catnap's head on the front, so more Catnap representation, that's good. And the arms coming out of that, that's very cool. The legs are bigger. There's a monitor, obviously, with the Doctor. I love a nice Doctor prototype connection. Because in my mind, that's still a bit of a grey area. So we see that, we see a battery pack, so that's quite good. Things that we've seen in game coming to life in the final prototype design, that's good. I love how, like, oh, that's cool, even though it's like a jack-in-the-box, it has like an organ, it has the heart like wrapped around it. That's very cool. Grab pack on the final design, I assume that they would be able to use that and they're not just for decoration. Either way, that's a very cool idea. Some prototype designs have like a hunched back and look very broad and robotic. This one seems to be a mix of that mentality in the official design. It's so cool, and like we have the Mummy Longlegs arms as well. This could have been fantastic. You know, if this was the official design, I would prefer it. This could be one of my new favourites, dare I say. I'm going to give a little more of a spotlight on the head as well, like the teeth as well, just the face of the mask, it's horrifying, and the one eye as well, the things down the back of the neck, really, really well done, my god. Blocky Tower Defense says, hey Kirbyster, I've been a fan from this channel for about 4 weeks, and this is my dream is to get feature by you and feature vid. This is my prototype redesign. Okay, well thank you, let's take a look at what we've got here. Really well put together, honestly, like I can make out everything, so that's quite good. Catnap used to be a jester hand. A jester hand? That's something new. Don't think I've seen that in a design before. Huggy's hand as well, used for communicating with the Doctor, but broke ties with him. That's very interesting. That's true. It's like the prototype and the Doctor, they used to be like friends or whatever. They or not friends, but they used to like be associated with each other and then broke off those ties. So that's quite good. Kissy Missy. The masks around the bottom, there's a poppy flower, a power drill used for borrowing or killing, and the long legs as well. This is great. This is really, really good and imaginative actually. I really am quite a big fan of this one. I like how like broken and torn up the mask looks as well. This fits the prototype really well. And again, it just comes down to a mix of like having all of these different and new concepts in it. Like the different hands, the different masks, just things that we were missing in the official design. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one, I won't lie to you. I saw that mine wasn't getting in, so I'm reposting my redesign. Richard, I saw this when you posted it the first time. It's the case with a lot of people that are reposting their designs. I have already seen them, but by all means, keep on posting it. Just to bump your chances, get more comments from people. This is awesome as well, because in my mind, like, this is in like a big circular boss kind of chamber. Like, there is an entire hideout associated with just the prototype and maintaining them, almost like an infirmary. Like, I can see, like, I assume these are wires connecting it to the top of the room as well. All the different arms, the monitors at the top. This is really good, actually. And the grab packs are on the bottom of like giant arms. Oh, they missed out. Mob Entertainment missed out on having that. That's a really good idea. Experiment 4031. Oh, there's a lot of creative liberties in this one. I'm looking at like the multiple skeletons, even like multiple human corpses in this one. The arm that we know, is that a monitor at the bottom or is that the box? Either way, that's very cool. There's just a hat has different colours and different coloured eyes as well. This is really good. I like this one. I like how it's drawn as well. Oh, this is an interesting one. Crafty and Friends. You can just do this one if you're not interested in the other one. Also, I lost the other person finger because my cat wanted it. This is awesome. I love this one. I love when people try new things. Like, you know, drawings are fantastic. Lego is fantastic. Every new method that people make the prototype with is fantastic. And I love each one as much as the next. This is really well made. I can make out where you have the rib cage and then like the long neck and the arm as well. The jester hat and all of the different stuff going on down here. I like this. I really do. I love when people just have an idea and they want to make it come to life. This is really good. Isn't this great? Since YouTube won't let me change pictures on posts, I'm making a new post. I added more things to him and everything else is the same. Hope one of my redesigns gets in a vid. It's your lucky day, plushies and stuff. This is awesome. I love the art style as well. Like, when I say I love the art style of something, I mean like I want a full comic in that art style. I want to see more of this. This is awesome. Like, you can see like you've kept the clothes the same. The mask is now fractured and has things around the eye. Very, very cool. Boxy representation. If you've watched this far, comment we love Boxy or Boxy is cool, something like that. Catnap has been split in two rather horrifically, but I get it, like more Catnap representation. I mean, power to you. Absolutely massive arm. Okay. Yeah, sick. There's a lot going for this one. I like this one. Keep drawing. Matthew, my prototype redesign. Oh, and by the way, the box the prototype's wearing is not Boxy's box, and also please put this in one of your videos. Okay, I'll put it in this one. I see you've got a before mask and after mask as well, so halfway through the battle, the mask would come off. That is sick, and also like without the mask on, it looks horrifying, but that makes sense in the context of the game. I can see poor little Huggy down there has been torn apart. There's a Boxy face, a Boxy head out the front as well. That's awesome, and a person for comparison. This would be huge, this would be terrifying. I can see what you mean, the box isn't Boxy's box. And even if it was, it now has catnap in front of it as well. Expelling poppy gas. So many good ideas in this one, but I'm obsessed with the head and the mask. Very, very well done. Hope you like my redesign based on what actually made sense. Skullface doesn't make sense since, well, he's still alive. That's true, actually. And he's supposed to be blank since he's just a prototype, but still be able to apply to other toys. So he's just a blank stitched together toy. Also, he looks a lot similar to Catnap Shrine, I feel like. Note, his original body is the one sticking out with one arm and a voice box strapped to his neck, and there's no other reason he can mimic voice. He can compress himself small or big. The bottom of the body is dough. I assume you mean doughy, maybe? Multiple dead toys he used to use their blood vessel to control mechanical part he add throughout the game if he wanted to. Basically, there's doctor representation, a Mammy Longleg, Yarnaby, and small toys. He doesn't have catnap part because he turned catnap wrong side out, so no gas for him. He also got grab packs on top with fake jester body he used as a central body control plus assistant AI, since prototype would have himself his own AI due to how smart he is. Wowza. Yeah, so clearly a lot of thought went into this one. I love this one because it's just like a jumbled tower of toys. I love at the top where like the arms are coming out of it. I can see what you mean now, Yarnaby and all of the different toys that you've used. The mask and the neck, I see what you mean, very similar to Catnap Shrine. I like what you've done with that, especially around the eyes. I also love how like the legs, they start at the top and just cover everything. That's very cool, and I can see like the monitors around there as well. Very good. Very, very good. Yo, Kirbyster Plays, I made mine. Can you add it in part 11? I think it would be hilarious if I started part 11 with this one. Okay, fatal error. You are in part 11. You are right at the start. I love this one because, like, the face is very final prototype design, and yet it's so different. I choose to believe it isn't a perspective thing, and this design really does just have 2 legs, which adds a completely different dynamic to the prototype. I love the use of Catnap's head to expel poppy gas. That makes sense considering what we know in chapter 3. I love is that a poppy or a heart? Either way, that's a fantastic idea in like the middle of the rib cage, and I can see Mummy Longlegs' arm as well. Just a lot of really good ideas in this one. I like the Huggy arm as well. I much prefer the placement of Huggy and Kissy's arms on this one over the official design, for sure, 100%. Can you do my design, please? Nico, I've seen these designs for ages and I love them. You are finally being included in a video. I've been asking for my designs for a while now. I know, they're so good. I made the first one when the prototype's Jester theory just appeared. I really liked that concept, so I made my interpretation on the concept. On that time, we didn't know the prototype was Ollie. I used to think it was Elliot Ludwig himself, so that explains the exoskeleton. E-skeleton explains the skeleton. I thought that the scientists, after seeing how Elliot successfully revived his daughter, experimented on him and made him look like a fool. It has a porcelain face like Poppy with plants, meat and mechanism covering his whole body. I made the second one after the early concepts of the prototype were revealed. I really liked the official designs, but I think it would have looked cooler having more parts, so I used my old design and the concepts of the prototype as a base. It is biomechanical. His body is full of meat, mechanism and plants. He tried to cover his body with everything he finds. His back is filled with grab packs so he can lift himself up, good. And he not only has toy parts, he also has human parts. Well, I love this first design. We're going to take a look at this one first. This is awesome because of how haggard it looks and how broken and distorted it is. I can see what you mean about the face. I think that's very, very cool. And the story behind this one, it makes sense. And I love like the side view you've given us here as well. And like the teeth and the mouth beneath it. I really like this one. What's the other one look like? This one. Oh my god. Okay, out of the 2 designs you've done, I love this one the most. I'll admit that. Like, I love the broken head and the broken hat. This is more the kind of thing I was expecting in the official design. It's an unfinished prototype that's been like stewing away in the Playtime code for over a decade. You know, this makes sense. Oh god, I love like all of the broken legs as well, and just all of like you can see what you mean about the organic elements coming through as well. And oh god, it's so broken, it's so destroyed. I like it. Even down to like the tail at the end just being like withered completely and destroyed. This is really, really good. My 12-year-old son drew this redesign of the prototype and would love to see it in a video. Thank you, Catherine. This looks fantastic. There's some real talent here. Firstly, I love the fact that they seem to have some kind of chimney thing that's just expelling poppy gas everywhere. I love the placement of the neck, and I love the mask. The fact that the mask is like corrupted over one eye so that it's like broken and you can see both sides. Like you can see a mask side and like almost like an organic side as well. That's very, very scary. Pianosaurus representation. Thank you. We do not see enough Pianosaurus. I like the placement of the arms as well. Just the overall shape of this one. I don't know why, but I quite like it. Is that a boxy arm at the bottom as well? Hell yeah. The Mummy Longlegs head as well, and the player size for comparison, which is terrifying. This would be absolutely huge. Yeah, absolutely love this one. Yes, this design, cats I guess. I redesigned my prototype design, just adding more designs and toys, so yeah. I also made a little bit of writing for him, so here I go. In the halls and walls of the factory, metal scraping can be heard. Bodies never lie around for long. That sounds exactly like something out of the games. Someone takes them. The angel of the factory, we say his name in grace. The saviour of the factory, we owe our lives to him. He turned this factory from a place of our collective misery into a home. Those who seek a community and seek guidance all confide in him. We shall say his name with the utmost respect and importance. The jester who offers a hand towards us, all praise the prototype. I feel like by saying that I'm going to summon him. This design is so distinctive. Firstly, I love the stage. It makes sense with the puppet aesthetic and all of the different heads on the side. This looks just so huge and mighty as well, and like the body and the thing like protruding out of the body, it just makes sense and it looks fantastic in this particular design. I love how, to my knowledge, it has the one prototype arm that we know, and that's it, so that's really, really good. The Mummy Longlegs arm wrapped around a leg as well, very, very good. There is so much to love about this design. I really am a massive fan of it. This is my prototype redesign, Huggy's Kingdom. I love what you've done here. I love how all of the limbs are different. I love how the top half of their body is from Catnap and the bottom half is from Mummy Longlegs as well. Is that a Boxy leg? If you're watching this far, comment we love Boxy or Boxy is awesome or something like that. I love what you did with the hat as well and the mask too. That's just so sick. And it has a little Yarnaby on the shoulder. I only just noticed that. That is adorable. This is my very, very old 1006 design. Hope anyone likes it. Oh my, okay. Right, so it has a T-800 head from Terminator and the Huggy mouth as well. It's mainly leg, and it also has the prototype's arm on it, and also I guess it has another one as well. I can make out one leg, maybe a few more than that, but I mean, I guess, yeah, it is mostly leg. Well, this one is messing with my head. This is so... Well, I'm surprised the prototype didn't look exactly like this. Chapter 6, loading screen fan design for a video. That's interesting. Chapter 6, better place. I mean, that's what it's going to be called, right? I mean, that's such a good name for Chapter 6. As you venture into the depths of Playtime Co., the prototype reveals his true identity while the Doctor helps you take down the prototype for good. Now, while not specifically a prototype redesign, I did just want to show this off because it is a very interesting idea. And also, like, this makes sense as a title image and a title screen for the chapter. And it is prototype related, and it even got the hand in there as well. And I love how it's like stepping down on the mask. Yeah, great idea. My prototype redesign, by the way, I am Baby Boyfriend, aka Prototype. Oh, sick. I did 2 designs if you remember, and I did new one, check it out. I do remember. Well, welcome back. I like this one because it has a Huggy head. It's like relates back to the prototype being Huggy. It's one of the first fan theories in the entire Poppy Playtime franchise. It's another one-arm design, I guess, if you don't include the dead Mummy Longleg arm on the same side. It has 1006 written on it. Thank you. I think that's quite a cool idea. The legs as well are completely different. It's very broad. It has a heart on display as well. Very, very good idea. Ernesto. I can't remember if we looked at this design before. I think maybe I've just seen it so much in the community, so I am going to give it a bit of a spotlight again. I love how its head is a phone. I guess that relates back to it being able to mimic voices. That's very, very cool. I like the catnap head at the bottom. This also says 1006. Obviously not mandatory, but it is a very cool idea. I love how the Mummy Longlegs arm is one of its arms. That's a very good idea. Yeah, I just love the placement of pretty much everything in this one, and it is a very unique concept to make its head a phone. So yeah, very, very cool. Great idea, man. Day 3, posting my prototype design. Mine may look big, but in mine, he can fit in any area, not D. Small cracks though. Well, Catnap's main channel. I love the design of this one. Like, this is seriously amazing. And this is some kind of mega prototype. This is incredible. And the fact that something like this could contort itself in such a way to fit through tiny spaces the way you've described is really, really scary. I see you have a before and after as well, pretty much. Like, you have what they look like before, what they look like under the mask. This is just an amazing collection of pieces. Like, there is so much to love about this one. I can see a Huggy arm, I can see a Boxy box, I can see Catnap obviously and Mummy Longlegs in this one. The hands are huge as well, the smile on the mask. This is really good. And is that doughy around the legs as well? Very good. Really fantastic design. Day 4 of waiting for my design to show up. This better be worth the wait. Well, Sinister Ghost Runner, if you're still around, I hope it was worth the wait. I like how mysterious this one is. I mean, the face is very dark and like the arms are very short, so that's a very interesting new take on it. This does look more complete than the prototype design. I do like how the clothes look on this one though, and obviously like you can see the eyes shining through as well with the hat above it. Very good. It is a good design. Day 4 was of hoping to be in a video. I'm almost done drawing my prototype design, but maybe I'll change some things I don't like, but yeah, this is my prototype design and I love your videos and I'm 14 years old. Well, it's lovely to hear that you love my videos. I love making them. This is really well done, honestly. Like, not only do we have multiple versions of the head as well, and all of like the different schematics and things, like including like the hand up there, which is very cool. This design is just very unique. Like, it's very, very thin, it's mainly spine, but I love that. Like the spine that then goes down to the neck. This is a really good idea, actually. I'm a big fan of this one. Lots of unique concepts on display, and I like that. That's really good. Newer version. Oh my goodness, what is this? Look at this. This is so awesome. Come home, Poppy. Oh, there's so much happening here. You've got Pianosaurus down there I can see you've marked for us. You see the area he sleeps. This is sick. You know, if Mob were going to go this direction to make the prototype, this massive hulking, biggest canonical villain massive mastermind behind everything, years of build up. Go like the full extent, make something like this. This is awesome because it's so huge. There are so many different parts. It's almost like its own city, really, in a way. Like, I love this one. Here was Catnap's head stabbed through with 2 spikes, and that's how he releases the gas. There are intestines hanging out of him, and several smiling critters hanging from his body on poles, and a small boxy boo, thank you. Also, his head used to be a smiling, average jester, but it got cracked, and revealing a fleshy face underneath. Also, put this in a video. Okay, I will do. I also just want to say the one who watches is a really sick username. I can see what you mean about the smiling jester head. This design in particular, where it's like all teeth, until it gets broken and fractured off, I'm a big fan of that. This is awesome. Like, I love how some of the designs, like, they show voice boxes or voice modules. Like, we know the prototype can mimic voices. If you want to make it clear how, I don't see why you can't. I like the arms on this one as well, how they're like different shapes and sizes, but also kind of not. All of the things like hanging off it with spikes and poles and things. This is really scary. This is like a really unnerving, very ominous prototype design the more I think about it. Yeah, well done, the one who waits. That was going to be it, but I have one more design that I saw at the last minute, and I thought it would be quite cool to include it. It would be an honour to see this in your video. I worked very, very hard on this. I really hope I see it in a video. Well, Randall, I just wanted to make your dream come true for a second. I know that this isn't specifically prototype related, but I did just want to show this quickly because of how much I prefer this Doughy redesign. I am not a Doughy fan. I think Doughy is the only villain that I just generally do not like in Poppy Playtime, so to see it redesigned in this way, like this massive gaping mouth and like the 5 heads in it rather than 3, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I love these redesigns. The Doctor is so tiny. Look at him. Randall, I just wanted to give your artwork like a second of representation, just to look through it very briefly, because I am a big fan of these redesigns. They are very cool. I like how you've made Mummy Longlegs bigger as well, and I believe, yeah, given them more legs as well. I prefer that. All of these designs look a bit taller, obviously, other than the Doctor. They all look a bit taller than they used to be, and I guess Doughy as well. But yeah, very good. Well done, Randall. Not finished yet. Well, KV East, you need to tell us when you are, because this looks amazing so far. I don't want to drill too far into this, because I don't know what progress you've made. But yes, when it's finished, let us know, and I will take a full look over this. My little brother made this prototype with Lego about a month ago. Wow, you know, there are 2 directions people take when they make prototype designs out of Lego. They either have wildly different original ideas, which are fantastic. This one, on the other hand, looks quite similar to the actual design that we got, which is fantastic. I don't think I've seen a design that looks so similar to the official design made out of Lego before. And I love when people like draw the faces on, because that's exactly the kind of thing that I do when I'm making things out of Lego. So this is really fantastic. And it does just look very impressive. And I can see, especially at the front here of this pink piece, there's some real imagination here. This looks great. You know, they could sell something like this officially, like a prototype model that is this size out of this number of pieces. And yeah, no, this could very easily be official. Well done, man. This is an updated version of the prototype design I made. Hope I get to see it in a video. Randall, welcome back. The first thing that grabbed me about this one was the head. This like completely different. I love it. The Jester hat looks very different as well, which is quite interesting. And there's another face by it. I'm going to assume that's the one that's like behind the mask. So yeah, very cool. Like a burnt, kind of scorched kind of head. The arms are a lot smaller than the official design, but again, that's fine. I love how you've got like a monitor that's connected in this way to like the torso area. That's quite cool. And I'm going to guess from the star on the box that that's like Boxy's box, which could be quite cool. You have some smiling critter representation, which is very cool. A kind of scorpion tail. Is that Doughy's hat on the top there as well? Very nice. Oh, there's a little Yarnaby head. That is so cute. And Poppy gas coming out of Catnap as well. Very interesting idea. And even like the legs are different. So yeah, no, quite a few really good ideas here. Whoa, my god, okay, let's read and then take a look at this. Day 2 of posting this, a silly clown, since it didn't get in. This is my prototype redesign, a bit based off the concept art. He has the Catnap gas thingy on his belly, and he has Boxy, Kissy, Wrong Side Outermole, and Huggy. Wrong Side Outermole on the prototype, what a fantastic idea. And he has sewn parts of the monsters under his belly, and his eye was torn out, so he replaced it, fantastic idea. Time for lore. Elliot never really cared for Ollie, so he thought he could just use him as a prototype of Poppy. So when Ollie woke up, he was in so much pain he screamed and screamed. Elliot conferred him, but it never helped really. He started getting a hobby for turning toys wrong side out. He was kept in a cell for a while, but he always wanted to meet Poppy like Elliot promised, but he never will. The Hour of Joy started, he put Poppy in the case, the war started, and all the rest, blah blah. So yes, hope this gets in part 13. Please see this. I have, and it will get into part 13, and the build took 2 days to make. I've started to work on a Wrong Side Out remake of him. Please put this in part 13. Love your videos. Now, there are so many pictures here, so I'm just going to cycle through them. Jesus Christ, this is so good. Oh, wow. So having... There's so much to say. Having Wrong Side Outimals, or even like, yeah, Wrong Side Outimals in particular, on the prototype design is a fantastic idea, because in Chapter 5 they have no importance. Like, they just showed up and it's like, who cares? So having them linked to the prototype in like some way, any way, is a fantastic idea. Just the way this is shot as well is really good. My god. Okay, so obviously this thing is like in pieces. There's what, blood on it and just all this broken stuff. Is that Yarnaby there with the fangs and the yellow, maybe? This is really fantastic. And like the clothes are all torn and destroyed. They're all like dirty and mucky, and the head as well, the eyes, I can see what you mean. Oh, this thing is so cool. And it's huge as well. 2 days? I'm surprised. Jesus, it would take me 2 days just to think of like an idea. This is unbelievable. You've been able to make this real. Oh god, you need to keep me updated on this, man. You need to comment on this video right now and tell me more about the process of how you made this, and you need to keep me updated on like how this works. My god, wow. I mean, you can see what I mean, right? Like you understand how fantastic this is. Oh, wow. Wow. Keep this forever. Hi you guys, I'm back, and WFI, some art of the prototype, but it's an old redesign. Thank you, Velma. Jesus, this looks great, honestly. I like the colours, the mouth is really terrifying, honestly. I like the eye as well and what you've done with the mask. Quite a lot of yellow. That's cool. Let me know what's going on here. It's like, I know it's a crane, but like this thing in the middle, it's doing a lot of stuff to the toys. I'd be more interested in like learning more about this. I like the, I'm going to assume that's catnap there, just from the ears. The catnap head there is very, very cool. I love all of like the parts in the middle. This is like more robotic than the official design, and that's fine. You know, with something like this, it makes sense. And I love what you've done, especially like with the torso bit here, with like the round sections. That's something that I don't think I've seen before on a prototype design, just something that's constructed in this way. Very good. Yeah, no, I like this one. Hello, I hope you're excited to see more absolute prototype. Okay, so a bit of context. This person, a couple of parts ago, they submitted what they called their absolute prototype design, the same way like in the comic universe you have absolute Batman, absolute Superman, basically like a prototype Mega Evolution, like a super version of the prototype. The first absolute prototype I showed was the body that the prototype mainly uses, which is why it contains all the other toys. The name of that body was the Collective. Fantastic idea. The body in this picture is called the Creator. It hangs stationary from the ceiling and is used to improve and repair the other bodies. I hope this image appears in a video, and could you make a top 10 of your favourite prototype redesigns? I did that, didn't I? I would do like a best of the best, all of the redesigns and fan designs we've looked through, but there are so many that have me absolutely enthused, and I like or love absolutely all of them, so something like that would be very difficult to do. Jesus, this is so sick. Okay, I love prototype designs that like hang from the ceiling, like GLaDOS from Portal 2, and just have like a room dedicated to themselves. And when you have something like this, yeah, you can have as many arms and legs as you want. Like, what a great idea. There is so much to love here. And I can just imagine this thing, like in this massive chamber in like the lowest level of Playtime Co. Like just looking down and like the way we have to defeat them and everything. Oh, this is great. This is really fantastic. Please, Okay, this is a bit of a wild one, actually. I always like prototype images that are created in part by just images. You know, like the grab pack hands and the huggy head and everything. That's quite cool. I like this one, obviously, because it has different villain heads on it, so like multiple heads. That's always a good idea. Is that a hand with an eye in it? That looks familiar, but I don't know why. I don't know what that's taken from. Is this some kind of speech thing, like a voice box maybe? How the prototype can talk? It's very good. I like the mask. I like how the mask is like divided into quarters and it's like silver robotic with a red eye, blue, red and yellow. Very cool idea. Very nice. And the body as well, how it's like grey and black. That's just a really good idea, you know? Day 7 of reposting my prototype design until Kirbyster features it in a video. Zori King, your journey is over. Details. Ooh, lots of details. Okay, of course this is inspired by Catnap Shrine from chapter 3. He has a long razor wire-like spine with flesh sticking out. That's scary. His razor wire spine holds up his actual body, which is inspired by the yellow mannequins from the Grab Pack tutorials. Nice, though this one is withered and metallic. Good. He has 2 extra big arms where he puts the toy parts he collected. He has a sharp rib cage with dozens of circular saws hidden behind his ribs. Great. He collected parts from the other toys we killed onto his extra arms to upgrade himself. Mummy Longlegs to hold up his medical kit, Catnap for his red gas, and Huggy Wuggy for his grip strength. He also has 12 blank Poppy heads clustered under his abdomen, which makes sense with his obsession with Poppy in chapter 4. That it does. He also has 12 blank Hoppy heads. Wait, I've read that one already. And of course, he has his mechanical spider legs we saw in chapter 4, and his iconic claw we have been seeing since chapter 1. And the cherry on top, we have his experimented number 1006 stamped on him. I like this one because you've given attributes to every villain that like makes it up. The prototype, he is like this conniving, evil, intelligent being. So the reason why he's collecting all of these villains are for very specific purposes, and I like that. The mask on this one, oh, it's so cool, and I can tell how this one would translate into the game so well. And I can see what you mean like about the big arms as well. It's just a really great idea. I could talk about this design for hours, and I can see you've actually shown us where different things are. I know what you mean like about the poppy cluster of masks at the bottom there. That's just a really good idea. Huggy, Catnap, the player model, I can see, that's fantastic. Mummy Longlegs and the med kit. And it is inspired by Catnap Shrine, like I can see what you mean. Really very fantastic stuff. Thank you for this one's great. Can you react to this, Kirbyster? I made this design in chapter 3, I was too lazy to continue the legs. I forgot the eye, but just imagine there's one eye. Okay, I can do that, Saturn. I like this one because, again, like it takes the scorpion format. Like so many people have redesigned the prototype now as a scorpion rather than something aligned to more of a spider shape, and I like that, and it takes that format and almost makes it a bit more lobster. I'm thinking like the giant hands kind of becoming claws, and the really big like scary 2 heads at the front here. Like I'm assuming maybe this is Catnap because of the ears and the skull just above it. Very, very scary. And I like just the amount of appendages on this one as well. Like there's the stringy arm on this side, which is Mummy Longlegs, I assume. And on this side there's a boxy box. Like this is just such a mad rush of imagination and so many different parts. And it would be scary. It would be terrifying to see this in Playtime Co. So yeah, no, really good, Saturn, well done. Day 1 of posting my prototype redesign called The Genesis. You can ask me about the design in the comments. Day 1 of posting, day 1 is all it took apparently. This design is so hulking and huge and fantastic. I love it because it's relatively similar to the official design, but with a lot of different takes on it and tweaks and everything. Mainly like looking at the body and just the big hulking design at the top with like the long neck and the head and the arms. Again, not too dissimilar from the official design, but I love it. What makes this design really shine is the body, right? Like there's another arm down here, and then just all of this stuff going on, and then Catnap at the back here, and this entire device there as well. So it's almost like a moving base, like a walking fortress, and I love that in a prototype design like this. So yeah, there's a lot about this that I can appreciate. It's really fantastically well made. What I do want to know, Clampus, if you are watching, is how long did this take to draw? Because something like this, and like what gave you the idea to have like 2 separate sections? Gojira Studios 1006, The False God. Everything dies, but not every dead body stays in the same place. The legs are a mechanical claw. The wings form a dragon toy. Its face is covered in metal. It mimics the voice of each toy it takes. It took me a long time to make it. Hope you like it. I love this one obviously just because it's a different way of making the prototype. I couldn't tell you for the life of me what exactly this is made of, like what the material of the green is, but I love it. And like the idea that its face is covered in metal and like it mimics the toys it takes. What a fantastic idea that is. It's like the prototype's personality and mentality is built up of the toys that comprise it. What a fantastic idea. And it's derived from a dragon toy. Again, that's a really original idea, like a brand new concept which I hadn't seen before I laid eyes on this toy, so yeah, well done. Kirbyster Plays, I redrew it, Prism World. This is very scary. Look at the size of that head and the number of teeth there. Jesus Christ, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Does it have 3 rows of teeth? I mean, at least 25 teeth. That is really scary. Oh my god, look at all of the different, like, anguished faces here. I envy your art style, really. Like, the way that this is put together. I don't know why, I just really like it. I love the legs as well, and the design that you've given the shoes. Very, very good. This looks like something that you could make out of Lego. I don't know why. It's just, after seeing that arm at the back and, like, the kind of wire pieces around the top, very good. And I also like how the catnap head at the top here is attached by, like, the top, so I assume this is what the poppy gas would come out of. If that's a design that aligns with this particular take. Yeah, very good. Lots to love here. Oh god, we've got a lot of text, so I'm going to read through it very quickly. Little pootis. Hi Kirbyster, I messed up on the 3rd word. Let's try again. I messed up again. Hi Kirby, I'm very happy to show my prototype redesign to you. Also, that's the first time I post something on YouTube. I'm very uncomfortable with talking to people in general, especially in public. Yeah, I'm shy and scared. Aw, me too. But anyway, I hope you'll appreciate my own prototype design. I do. I appreciate every design that comes through, but I think this one in particular is quite special. Anyway, reading on. So right now, I have so much things to tell about this design. So first, my prototype did actually take some inspiration from some of the old concept art that never made it to the final game, like the multiple grab packs on his back, the idea that he got a very long Jack-in-the-Box looking neck, and some inspiration from the catnap shrine. So yeah, no, drawing inspiration from all the right places so far. To add more toys on his body, he also got some big damage on his body, just to explain why he got so many toy parts to defend himself. I also had the idea to get some of the other toy parts on him to be more chronologically accurate, like the Huggy and Kissy arms for example. Very nice. And the fact also that Boxy Boo is still alive in that version of Poppy Playtime. He just lost his arm while escaping Ollie. Very nice idea. Also, speaking of Ollie, his OG face was on the prototype skull, but since an incident when he did escape from his chamber, some of the employees did burn his face by using some kind of defense protocols in the factory just to immobilize him, probably Harley Sawyer, since he's self-aware enough to know how dangerous bigger bodies could be. After the Hour of Joy, the prototype not only collects toys, but also some of the employees' faces as a trophy. This is an allusion to the fact he mimics everyone's voice, maybe the ones he killed before or something, but sometimes he hides his face behind a real mask. Aw, me too. And also, just to finish that description, he also does have some very long puppet-like arms that he can use to grab something in the distance, without making himself have to go to some really tight space. This design also explains how in this alternate universe the prototype managed to grab Mummy Longlegs at the end of chapter 2, even though the hallway right behind where the hand came from was actually too narrow. Fantastic. Excellent. Anyway, again, I'm very happy to show you and everyone else my own prototype redesign. Well, thank you very much. As well as that very detailed and comprehensive alternative universe plotline, there are 2 pictures attached, one without Poppy Gas and one with. This is really brilliant. Like, I love the Bron inclusion even, and like the organic red hands. There's so much about this that I love. This is, so far, I have to say, the best characterization of grab packs on the back of the prototype. Like, this is what they would look like. If that concept idea of grab packs on the back of the prototype was seen through to the final game, this is almost exactly what it would look like, I guarantee you. It's really scary as well that like the head is behind this mask with like one tiny little eye glimmering through there. This is really scary. There is so much to love about this one. Seriously. And like the big catnap representation as well. I can see what you mean about the catnap shrine now. Like the neck, it's coming out of the catnap's own head. What a twist. There's so much to love about this one. You should be very proud of it. Prototype fan design also took a little inspo with the Bron foot. I can see that you've taken particular care to point out the doughy hands to us. Thank you. I mean, doughy representation on the prototype is always quite good. The mask in this one is particularly crooked and like broken, and I love that. Does it say Funny Jack on the front? Like Funny Jack in the box? That's quite good. I'm going to call this one Funny Jack. If you're watching this far, comment Funny Jack. Hashtag Team Funny Jack. Prototype mix, Poppy, please take it a video. Poppy creation. Brilliant. I love when people like experiment with the prototype and everything. Like this one is a Poppy. That makes sense. Chronologically, Poppy is experiment 1007, is it? Or 5, or like around the prototype. So Poppy, Boxy, and the prototype have like this kind of like special relationship. So yeah, the prototype looking like Poppy, it just works. And this is the first time, I believe, I've seen Poppy with prototype legs drawn in the same way and put together in the same way. So yeah, very good. This is drawn and put together so competently, to not sound demeaning. So yeah, no, great stuff. Kiwi East, that sounds familiar. Feeling lazy to finish his legs, but anyway, my third version of the prototype. If you're wondering why his face looks like that, it's because I want to give him a reason to imitate other people's voices. I'm glad people are kind of clocking that there are other ways to show that they can mimic voices. That's very good. Because after the tape with Elliot Ludwig, he had a problem with his mouth. His mouth opened wide and his entire face, including his voice box, got destroyed. Very interesting idea. Oh, I know where this is from. We saw that this wasn't completed in time for the last part. And now it is. That's fantastic. The teeth in the mouth are horrifying. And all of this coming out of like a big poppy flower, what a fantastic idea. I know that you were too lazy to finish the legs, but I'd be really interested to see what it looked like with legs. So give it a go, man. You never know. It could end up looking fantastic. Hello, Kirbyster Plays. Sorry for getting your name wrong. That's fine, man. This is my prototype fan design. I call it the true prototype. This is so interesting. The words on the different monitors and everything, and the speakers and stuff, and like all of these different screens, and again, catnap representation at the top there. This is really interesting because this is like something that Mob would do. Like just have all of these monitors showing different things, and wow, yeah, no, this is a very unique concept. You know, that's very strange. I'll remember this one because no one's ever called me Kirbyster Plays before. Mirrorman, well done. This is a very, very unique take on it. You know, if someone else wants to try and adapt this and draw this design in particular in a different style, go for it. Because, you know, this design knows no bounds. This could look like so many different things, and I'd be excited to see what people think. Hi, I just made a new one. Please, Kirbyster, react to this. Its name is The Abomination. It's a combination of a lot of toys, and it is the best one I have drawn yet, and is a spider. Sorry for shadow, don't worry about that. Okay, so I love some of the prototype designs that I just call mesh of pieces designs. This is so huge. Like, I know you say it's based off a spider, and I can see the spider head there. How does this move? Like, realistically, how does this move? Again, this is something that Mob could and perhaps should have done. Just have this mesh of pieces. There's a saw on it. There are like mummy long legs down there and just skull heads. Oh, and it takes up an entire page. How long did this take to draw? This is really fun. I like this one. It's huge, it's fun, it's imposing, love it. Nico! I love Nico's art style. This is another I made after Chapter 5 release. Love it. This is very cool. Just the perspective of this one, and his head and his neck and that smile. I don't know why. Nico's just got it down to an art form, quite literally. I don't know, I just really like how this looks. Make a fan game, Nico. This looks like the art style of a popular fan game. This is great. I just love it. Me again, I updated my prototype design. Face will be the same, so I gave him an arm that's not withered, but it will be ripped soon, and also Kissy Missy. Also, can this be in a video? Yes, it can. Bendyzilla, hello again. I love how the new prototype looks. I also love like the Kissy and Huggy and just how their faces are put together. That's very good. The prototype is so cool. This is great, and how you've been able to do like the thing on the front as well on the clothes. Very interesting. This is my prototype fan design. Also, he can see in the dark. This is Sean Norris, one of our channel members. This is so weird. It's cool. It's like a fox cat kind of thing. I like it. Multiple eyes, I can see in the dark. Very interesting. You know, the fact that you mentioned that in particular, it could make for a very interesting chase sequence. Like, you know, we have a flashlight, and then look. Can you imagine, like, looking behind you and seeing the heterochromia prototype design just chasing you out of nowhere? I think that's quite cool. Yeah, no, lots of really interesting ideas in this one. I love the 4 arms as well. Don't know why, just like that idea. Okay, I don't know if this will make it into a video or not. It will, since it's not really a redesign or an alternate take of the prototype, but here's a little something I did combining the prototype with my own villain OC, the Killer Dalmatian, as a fun piece of art. This is cool. This is really cool, and I love when people merge their own OCs and their own characters with the prototype and pre-existing villains, because you get cool designs like this. I think this fits in the game just as much as the official prototype design or your original OC, honestly. There is a lot to like about this. Obviously, like, a lot of the body and the legs are very recognisable as the prototype from Poppy Playtime 5. I just really like how seamlessly you've been able to just inject elements of your own OC into this. It looks fine. Honestly, like, it looks like it could be official. Yeah, no, I really like this one, thank you. I've been watching a channel for a long time ever, since the first prototype video. Made this out of pipe cleaners. Took about 2 to 3 days or less. It's another pipe cleaner one! Oh, I love when people branch out and make the prototype in their own original, unique ways. This is so sick. Look at this one! Oh, this is made so well. I love what you did with the face, drawing that on, because that is also just a really good drawing of the face, like with the eyes and the mouth. The mouth is so difficult to get right when you're drawing it. Yeah, this looks great. I love the legs and the body. Oh wow, I can't even imagine this. Like, putting together, where do you start making something like this? If you're watching this video, let me know where you began, because something like this, the end result looks fantastic and very, very impressive. But where do you begin? And I'm thinking, like, even at the end of the hat, where it's a different colour, I can't wrap my head around this. Yo, Kirbyster Plays, it's me, Fatal Error. Fatal Error! Oh, you're still at it. I made a new prototype design, I hope you like it, and add it in part 15. Well, you've made it into part 15. This is so cool. I like the legs, and like the body in general is almost like a totem pole. Like, there's hardly any width to it, like it's just like a pillar. I love it, because look at this, we've got the 4 appendages at the bottom. We've got Mummy Longlegs, Kissy and Huggy, and then this arm. Fatal Error, when you submitted a design before, did I ask the exact same question of what this appendage is? I assume it's something relating to poppy gas, or hijacking other toys, or just like a weapon that can stab us. And then you have like your own unique kind of redrawn arm over here, and then the iconic prototype arm over there. The mask is missing an eye, but it's like missing the entire quarter of the mask. But like the teeth continue up. That's a very good idea. Love this one. Ah, we have one that I need to translate, and this is from a channel member as well, thank you. Okay, let me translate this real fast. As per Google, this says, my prototype from chapter 3 to 4 is made of human flesh and bones. Huggy's hand has a saw, and Kissy's hand is a blowtorch, not a flamethrower. Experiment 1006 was programmed to cure children or give them their favourite characters, but everything has gone wrong. This prototype steals villains in chapters 1, 2 and 3, but it also collects grab packs, and that's the exact reason why I decided to choose this design. It's the abundance of grab packs and the way that they're all put together. This is mad. Flesh and bone. Oh god, this is such a strange and interesting concept. And also, like, you are right. You know, we knew the prototype stole villains from previous chapters, and we know that they were meant to originally steal grab packs as well. So it's great to see an idea like that come to life. Boxy representation. Hell yes. If you're watching this far, comment Boxy is cool or something like that. The can I put on the back, I love the face, how it's like half robot and half skull. I mean, tell me that isn't like the coolest thing in the world. This is really cool, and I can see what you mean about like the little blowtorch as well. Like, yeah, great idea. One here from Michael Trevino. This is different. Oh my goodness, this is giant. Are these like chimneys from the top of Playtime Co? Because that's really, really cool. Oh my god, the face looks so sad and spooky. Like the mask has just rotted and faded away in like the decade that it's been here. I love this because it's just like, initially it just looks like a selection of different colours, but then everything's coordinated. Like you have Pugapilla that's been upturned at the back, Catnap's fur, you have like red here, and then Mummy Longlegs' arm around another leg, a saw at the back. Always with the saws, always with the saws. And then you have like a thing at the top here, and Daddy Longlegs representation as well. Very good. I like this one. And a human from comparison. I like when there are humans for comparisons. People, like, you may not realise it, but there is such a wide variety in the sizes of prototype fan designs as well, so it's just nice to see it spelled out. Day one of reposting my prototype redesign and hoping it gets in a video, because why not? Well, one day is all it took apparently. I redesigned the prototype and made the prototype out of Lego, and I really hope this could be in one of your vids. I like your content. I hope you see this, and I hope you people like it. Well, I love it. I hope everyone else does as well. By the way, I really hope this is in your next video. You've said that 3 times now. You are in a video. Also, I made the arm long because in chapter 2 we didn't see his body, so I made it very long so we could grab Mummy Longlegs. Also, the catnap head is stitched onto the circus tent because the prototype likes to keep them as trophies, and Catnap's head has wires that connects to Poppy gas cans. And by the way, inside the tent is medium-sized Poppy gas can. Also, his heart lays deep in the circus tent, and there are many self-aware robot tentacles to protect the prototype's heart, and his brain is not in the circus tent, it's in the prototype's head, if you were wondering that. And also all the other organs are in the upper half, and he lost his right hand in a fight, he lost his right hand in the hour of joy, so he took a Poppy gel can and found a large part of a stitching machine, and that's all. Kirbyster Plays, I hope you have seen the drawing of the prototype, and if you have, then I'm very happy. I started watching your videos when you made videos fan design to the prototype before chapter 5, and I really love the prototype's design, and that's all. Wow. That's the longest sentence I think I've ever read. I love this design, honestly, and thank you for watching. This has so many interesting concepts in it. Like, there is an endless amount that I could say about this one. Like how the circus tent and like tentacles that are protecting it. It's really strange, but like I can see how that would translate into the gameplay of now chapter 6. Taking the prototype down by venturing into the circus tent and taking on its heart, and being attacked during the process. And also just, this is really, really well put together. Like, out of Lego, as things go, this is fantastic. All of the designs out of Lego are unbelievable. I like the legs as well. Using those Bionicle / Hero Factory feet pieces for like the bottoms of the legs, very nice. Very good idea. This is my prototype redesign. I started a sketch in chapter 4, got hella bored and redesigned it. The main thing I'm trying to fix is the toy aspect of the prototype, as we don't know what his toy was, so I thought a Jack-in-the-Box vaguely fit the Jester look. And then I thought the spider legs should be strapped to the spider legs, which should look like soap, as why the heck would Playtime Co. have nice spider legs? Then there's the face. This was the main thing I changed to fix the newer lore. So as we know now, 1006 is Oliver Ludwig, and Poppy is 1007. Okay, so I got that right in the last video. So the prototype should have a face similar to that of Poppy. Side note, if this could go in a video, it would make my day. I'm so glad that I could make your day, and what I can say right off the bat is that this is thumbnail material, so you've got that going for you. This is drawn really well. I want to see an entire webcomic in this art style. Do you think you can do it? This is so impressive. And oh my god, the eye on the leg from the Maker toy in chapter 1. Oh my god, everything here is just so intricately detailed. Boxy representation, fantastic. The body seems so robotic. I don't know if these are organs or if there are wires, and that's fantastic that I'm even asking that question. Happy Hopscotch, is that his name? The smiling critter and the arm coming out of it. Boogiebot on here as well. Bron, but like the eyes are gone. Oh god, the mask, it looks like a boss from Castlevania. It's really good. What I love about this design as well is something that, to my knowledge, no other prototype design has touched on. The way this one is wearing Catnap's fur around the shoulders. Love it. Big fan. Hope this is in a vid. Toy Boom Plays. Yes it will be. Wow. What? Okay, yeah. I mean, you know, I can see it. You know, I mean, like, listen. Let's see what we've got here. We have the legs. Okay, tick. We've got the arm, the iconic prototype arm that we've come to know and love. Fantastic. Got a head and a body. It's very, very round, very rotund. Okay, yeah, great work, man. Now, Brick Trooper has submitted a few pictures, and this is a project that they're working on, and, you know, so much progress is being made on it, almost by the hour. They seem to be making like a very big, at the very least, prototype hand, and I'm very impressed. You know, I'm enthused. I'm tuned in. I can't wait to see what they end up doing with this. It's a very, very interesting idea. I don't want to give too much input on it almost, because I just want to see what they have in mind putting this together. Very good, very interesting idea. If you put this in one of your videos, then I hope you like my design. Joe, I love it. Absolutely love it. And what I love about this one is that it takes everything we know about the prototype and completely changes it. This is such an original, fantastic idea. Least of all, before I even look at any of the words you've written, the Pugapilla leading to like the broken boxy head and or Pugapilla's skull. What a fantastic, brilliant idea. And it's on like a spike on top of like this bigger giant like robot. This is so sick. 3 legs at the bottom. You've drawn the left side as well, which is very good. The prototype, isn't he wonderful? Fantastic. Another Bunzo hand on the left, so there's Bunzo on this as well. There is. I am God. Jeez, I'm gonna call this one the God prototype. This is so cool. Really, I'm in shock. I'm in awe. Yeah, no, I love this one. Really very good. And like, you know, you've got the different arms as well on the different arms. And there they are. What a variety that is. Thank you to everyone who has used the Kirbyster Plays Community tab so far. I love so much just scrolling through and seeing everything that you all submit. And I love watching everyone talk to each other as well. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. You can subscribe if you would like. I would personally prefer it if you did. And thank you everyone else for watching. That's all from me. I'm Kirbyster Plays. Bye.